And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the University of California Esports Invitational presented by Xfinity. My name is Chris Peachy Bobasloo, and I'm joined today by the one, the only Quincy PhD Stokes. I am so stoked for all of this Overwatch gameplay today because we already had two teams qualify right here in sunny Irvine and also San Diego, but we're seeing who's going to fill in these two final spots. So I think the schools we have are UC Berkeley, UCSB, and we got UCLA, I think, and whoever wins between UC Santa Cruz and UC Davis. Unfortunately, UC Merced did have to step out of the competition, but I think it's anyone's game at this point. Do you have any favorites right now we're looking at? Because, UCLA did qualify to the grand finals last year, and UC Berkeley might want their spot again. So who knows? Who is, your pick'ems right now?
Okay, we saw a lot of strong teams yesterday, right? Obviously, LA and Irvine were looking fantastic yesterday. Those are the tops for sure. You see Irvine winning it last year. They're obviously the favorite going into this. I'm really interested to see in today, right? We're in the lower bracket today, so we are going to see these last teams. They've all lost once, so if they lose one more time, they're out, they're gone. They will not get to enjoy the wonderful event in Los Angeles that we'll do later in this year, January, as we hop into this bracket here so you guys can see it for yourself. Today, we are streaming that bottom match, UC Berkeley versus UC Santa Barbara up first. Whoever wins this is going to go on to versus UCLA in the next round, and then we'll have Santa Cruz versus UC Davis for you guys, and that will wrap it up for the day. So we've got not two, but three incredibly...
So excited for this. I'm really stoked about it, particularly because UC Berkeley, they already had the one loss. UCLA, the grand finals participant last year, unable to really win their first game against UC San Diego. So, both of them are desperate to really prove themselves, make sure they get back into LAN. But I think, UCSB and UC Santa Cruz are kind of hungry to even make it to LAN in the first place.
Yeah.
Coming from all over California, they want to go to LA. They want to see, the Hollywood sign right there because we're trying to go crazy this year once again. So I'm really excited to see what these teams will be bringing out. Maybe we'll see some mirror matchups. Maybe we'll see completely crazy comps. Team Korea, they ran the La Seraphim comp in the World Cup the other week, and that was totally exciting. Maybe these teams want to do this again because it's kind of a viable comp, in my opinion. It's really silly, but I think maybe if these teams really wanted to bring, all the full stops out, they'll bring their sweatiest comps and maybe some silly ones in between. So right now, I think we're just waiting for these teams to get into a lobby. I think everyone's kind of raring to go. But first maps, we're going to go to Control. Any favorite maps? Any maps you're going to hope you'll see?
Favorite maps, Numbati's not bad, right?
Okay.
As a map for sure. Ilios as well was played yesterday. I believe it is those same first maps today. I think for the first maps, the teams don't quite have choice. After that first map, we will get into the choices. But listen, these silly comps you're talking about, I would love to see. We saw a lot of mirror matchups yesterday, things like that. These teams are sticking to what they know. They're sticking to whatever's meta right now, which is fine and dandy. But listen, I'm always hoping for a silly comp, Chris.
Yeah, no, literally. I think some of the silliest plays can come from just running whatever comp you want. But, these teams, they're trying to sweat a little. They want to prove that they're the best. But I don't know. Maybe they're saving it for LAN, hopefully.
There's an idea. I would love to see them save it for LAN. LAN is really exciting, you guys. It's not just another tournament online, right? It's this whole entire battle between all the UCs, so getting to go to this LAN means a lot more. It's not only just, winning for the name. It's an incredible experience as well for all these players.
Yeah, and I think the voices in my head are telling me I think we're just about ready to get into the game right here. So once again, we got UC Berkeley and Santa Barbara on deck. We are ready to jump in. So hopefully these teams won't hide too many of their strats. They're going to show us some really great aim, really great gameplay. And I think we're going to start up soon. I am so excited. We are starting off on Lijiang Tower right here. The initial picks are going through, and I'm seeing not really a mirror matchup here. Give us the rundown, Quincy.
Not at all. Listen, we're seeing Ball on Jack Felix, which is something interesting to see. Not necessarily what I would think is an incredible pick on this map. What I see from Cal is a bit more of a standard all-in comp, right? They have that Doomfist Genji core to really get in, be as nuancing as you can to the enemy team. And so I like that we're on different things. We do switch off of that Ball. That's kind of expected to see as we do switch to this Junker Queen.
Yeah, so going into this initial fight, it says whoever gets onto the point first, they'll have that advantage right here. Obviously, Altu with the Doom Fist getting ready to make all those punchy dives, but it looks like UCSB does have priority on the point right here. No real picks coming through quite yet, but the double Genji actually trying to get the picks onto each other. The dive onto support goes good. Riki getting Dark Kuro at the first break, losing both of your supports actually. Riki is going crazy right now, getting a fourth and only finishing the team off with Lego. They're stealing the ace a little bit, but it's okay. UCSB gets a strong hold of this first point, and Berkeley they need to do everything they can to get all those percentages back.
Yeah, giving up that point that early in is not wonderful to hear. You see SB taking control nice and early and saying, listen, you're going to have to do a lot more than just, jump in once in a while to get hold of this point. We are going to sit here and hold it. Ricky Murray doing work on that Genji thus far, but they're going to keep on pushing out a rinse and repeat of what they just did last time. Joe dropping low gets booped off on the side there as Amon doing what he can. A Genji versus Genji proves himself the better man, as we do have Berkeley still holding onto the site, Chris.
Yeah, this is looking really good right now, but don't worry, Berkeley also has the Meteor Strike from the Doomfist in their pockets. Amon getting the pick onto Jack Felix right here, and I think Berkeley is trying to claim this with a vengeance, but they are quickly, they're still losing the point percentage right there. They're almost 50% down. Keta taking down Riki, only to be traded out by his counterpart. The Genji just going left and right, and I think Lego Dude actually right here with the Matrix is being a little bit of the MVP right now, as Jack Felix gets another pick on to Smoke. Actually, this take didn't go the way Berkeley wanted to.
I can't believe the flip didn't go through there. You see SB holding that down now, already at 65%. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, these series are first to two, so these can go by quick. You don't have a lot of room for error here, as Cal need to find some way back in. You mentioned that they have the Meteor Strike to get themselves back on with this Nana and a boost as well. We are going to see O2 making our engage here. There's that Meteor Strike coming out, lands onto a couple here. No Nano used just this far, but we do slam. The beat drops as the counter so far. O2 doing what he can to get them off of this side, but Junker Queen proved so useful in stopping him from doing so. The cap did flip over to Cal, so they have it from this point on.
Yeah, but it looks like everyone's falling off the map left and right. That's just the nature of Lee Jung Tower once again. Amon losing his footing and landing into the water below. Riki, however, holding on strong, maybe able to take down Altu with the deflect right here. The knife from Jack Felix finishes it off. He's getting painfully low to 5 HP, and Lartel taking down his counterpart, who has switched over to the Lucia Gana with the railgun, getting one, not two, but 3 picks onto Riki. Riki's the monster to look out here for. To take him down is vital to make sure that, Cal is still in this game. They're flipping it, but just barely 97% to 24. It's not looking too good. Berkeley just needs to hold on at any cost.
They do. It's all they need to do. They have time, right? Only at 30% on the side of Cal. They can do what they want. They can take a breath for now, stack up some ult charges, and then really make our final decision to get onto this site. Amon has that Dragon Blade in his back pocket. I imagine they're not going to use it quite yet. We're going to wait for the Meteor Strike again. We're going to wait for the Nano Blade to come up, and we go in as a team. But Joe here is putting in work on this Sojourner as he gets purple to drop real quick. Info Field's keeping him alive for now, Chris.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of work over, and the defense, the Matrix does go through, and also Joe popping the ult. I think this is what UCSB needs, and I think we are popping the Dragon Blade and the Nano Boost. Unfortunately, taken down super early. Amon unable to really make a big effect, and the Meteor Strike going through. Ketamine is actually being the hero right here as we're narrowing down who is left to defend the point. Out to getting the final punch onto Lego Dude. It's another sweep for Berkeley as they're trying to even the odds right here. UCSB is running out of time to reflip the point.
Yeah, they've got to tip this scale really soon. Berkeley doing an incredible job of holding them back for now. Jack Felix needs to get his team onto this site. Amon, no ults available. The closest thing they have is Smoke with this Nano Drop to hold down the fort. Berkeley need to make a decision now. They need to get in with no ults available on the side of Berkeley, or Santa Barbara, excuse me. It's going to be tough here, but Berkeley holding it down from a long ways out. Jack is in on site. Joe, the main focus here from Keta is that B drop is going to provide so much use for the side of Berkeley here, and they're trying to hold it down, but it doesn't look like Santa Barbara's going to be able to get on point there as that overtime does tick down, and it is going to go over to Berkeley.
that the first point going to Berkeley just when we think everything is going wrong for them. Just the good timing with that. They were able to push in together as a team to get this play going, because UCSB, we thought they had it.
We
They took
did.
it to 97%. We really thought that Ricky was going to carry them all the way through. But I think just a great combo support. Oh, I think Amon's going to switch over to the Mei here while UCSB is keeping that same core. I don't know about the Junker Queen pick. Jack's getting a few picks here and there, but he's getting melted down just as fast.
Yeah, it didn't look that useful to me. Chris, what do you think the best tank is here instead of this Junker Queen? You say you don't like it that much. What do you think would be best?
Okay, but they're going on to the Sigma, so maybe a little mirror matchup might help here, because they have run similar comps this whole time, but I think they are going to stick onto them. Maybe a little bit of a Junker Queen specialist problem for them, but either way, Overwatch, the name of the game is adaptability. Changing it around whenever they can, and L2 is definitely proving that with his tank pick. The first couple picks go onto Amon. On Larto and Jack, able to get that pick onto Keta. Just these picks going left and right, but losing your support so early might be a bad idea. Smoke taking down Jack Felix. I'm telling you, he's getting melted down way too quickly for my liking, and Berkeley gets the first priority on the point.
Santa Barbara lost their tank so early there. Jack Felix unable to save his life there, and Berkeley is going to take over this site just like last time. They have a much better stronghold at the beginning of this round. Santa Barbara unable to do so last time, reclaiming that site. So we have to see what they can change this time, right? It's even harder this time with Amon on that Mei. It's going to make it so much more difficult to get onto site. But Ricky Morrow looking to do something here, Chris.
Yeah, he's trying to go in, but immediately gets taken by the Amon. Just like these close spaces with the Mei, she can pop at the wall, she can freeze you, slow you. It's not fun playing against the Mei, but Jack Felix does get the trade onto Smoke, so maybe the odds are a little bit more even right here. Smoke's been doing a lot of work in the background. We don't really realize it because you're playing support, but everyone's playing their part right here. The Immortality field does go out for Lego Dude Amon, however, taking out Jack Felix once again. Ricky getting the two picks onto Dark Hero and Keta, but I don't know if that's maybe enough, because L2 is pulling up, getting Lego right here, and again, UC Berkeley still holding on to the point with conviction. L2 is just being kept alive so well by these supports, but unfortunately brings down really low, but still taking out the opposition right here.
Yeah,
So maybe, hopefully going for this play right here, because they have converted the point over, but still L2 getting out with his life is a huge play.
Yeah, they did flip it eventually. 64% going over to Berkeley there. They did a great job. Beat comes through to hold them down for now, as well as that Blizzard is going to freeze the entire team. An incredible response there from Lucio to dissuade that Blizzard thus far, but the counter barrier is going to fall down, and Berkeley remains strong on this point as ever as they fend back Santa Barbara all the way to their spawn, finding another kill, staggering these deaths, gaining their ult charge back up. It's going to be really tough for Santa Barbara to make a way back in onto this point.
Yeah, it's going to be really unfortunate because they only have the Dragon Blade. I think Joe actually used his ult and got killed immediately after. Maybe the Junker Queen ult will be able to rampage and do something, but right now we need the entry in. We just need an opening right now because Amon's holding it down with all these Mei slows. We just need anything. They're desperate right now, but unfortunately, oh my god, that's a Sigma ult. Does go through trapping the team right there, and then the Mei wall there. Everything is being thrown at the wall right now, and that's the game.
Didn't touch.
That's game for Berkeley, just like that. So Berkeley is up one map in our first to two series, and we really thought they were gonna lose it at first, but we're gonna look at the play game from Ricky Mara right here, who did an excellent job on the Genji to dive onto those supports, bring him down so early, was able to get them all the way to that 97%, but unfortunately, it didn't take him much further than that.
Yeah, play of the game there happening within the first 10 seconds of the round. Really like to see it. Ricky Morrow had a lot of moments where he was, jumping in and not doing a whole lot, but still proved to be very useful in the other times. A bit of a coin flip, we'll call it, getting in there, doing a lot of the work in the most time. But yeah, Berkeley looked a little bit rough at the start. Santa Barbara got grasp of that point early in, but Berkeley able to bring that back in round two, especially. Kind of no big deal.
Yeah, I feel like they're shaking off the nerves a little bit. Maybe their first, official game of the day, and Berkeley just really pulled out all the stops right here. They want to qualify again. They're telling UCSB, you are not making it to land. We are, and I think the big reason why they were able to do that was because they were able to switch, because UC Santa Barbara, they didn't want to switch off anything. Really, they had their core 5 heroes, and they didn't want to switch like the way like Berkeley did, like just going from the Sigma to the Doom, like even little changes like that. And when Amon was switching between Mei and Genji, and then even Sombra, like the fact that they're able to have such an expanded hero pool really, I think, benefited them.
Yeah, they didn't quite know what to do about that Mei. It was just so difficult getting through it. We saw in that end there, that Mei wall coming through, separating the team from the Genji dashing in, made it so the Genji was really unable to do anything. And the next map, we just got word, will be Midtown. We saw both teams pick this game yesterday, or this map yesterday, so Midtown is nothing that these teams are afraid of. They're comfortable with it, and they're more than happy to play on it.
Yeah, we're going to the Big Apple now, so make sure you keep in mind we're going to be right back. I think these games are going to be pretty fast, but we're going to wait to see if these players are ready for this next lobby, because there's going to be a lot of action, and there's going to be a lot of gameplay right here, so I think we will catch you in just a few. Oh, we're not. Oh, I just got word. I just got word from the voices inside my head. We're going to keep this going. We're going to keep the good vibes going. So Midtown, that big bridge right there is my least favorite thing to push. Because if you get the payload stuck under it, it's the worst. How do you think that these teams can combat maybe like all these little chokes?
It was tough yesterday, right? We saw a lot of the struggle. Irvine kind of stumbled for a second, but they were able to find it. This bridge, it's so much, right? It's really a matter of who can get control of it first, and can we, while we have the control of this bridge, get the cart through it, right? All we need to do is get past this bridge, and that round opens up so much. But before the bridge, the entry can provide a really tough spot to get through. We saw a lot of Widowmaker yesterday on this map with some incredible plays.
We are seeing
She's got a great
again,
angle,
I think we were Joe on the pick. And it looks like Berkeley is keeping the Sigma pick. Actually, both sides are going with the Sigma, the Lari, and the Baptiste on both sides. So we're running something quite similar at our core. And then the DPS, Ricky and Joe on the typical hit scan. While we got Berkeley with Keta on the Ashe and Amon on his Mei. I think that will be really good, especially because they are defending. They're going to put a stop to all of these push. But you never know with these teams. Like, anything could happen. This is UCEI presented by Xfinity, by the way. There's going to be some good plays going on. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I want to keep an eye on this Widow here. I think Joe can do crazy things. We saw some incredible performances yesterday. These sightlines are so long, hence all these longer range characters like Sojourn, Widowmaker, even Baptiste can provide some use at these long ranges. But it's going to be up to Santa Barbara on how they make this initial entry, right? You can rotate around behind the buildings and try to go in that way, or you can brute force through this bridge. And it looks like they're just going to play it slow for now. These Widows going back and forth, except it's Amon, not on Widow, as we just have to kind of wait and see these teams plays here.
Oh, and I think it looks like they are going for a wrap around the building. I don't think Berkeley was expecting this because they're trying to rapidly gather up. Now Makeda able to take out Lego Dude early on to get that first pick. That's so important. Your main source of healing is being taken out to taking out his twin right here, and Keta going for maybe the sniper battle. It doesn't matter. Amon and Ketamine are going crazy right now. UCSB, their first push is stopped in their tracks. Joe being the only one really left alive because he's standing all the way back there. I need him to find another angle. I need him to get that opening pick for his team to be able to jump right in. Unfortunately, not really finding any picks right now, and all charges are starting to go up on favoring UC Berkeley.
It was so difficult here for Widow to do anything. It's such a feast or famine character, right? If you're not finding these picks constantly, you're not providing a whole lot of use to your team. As we have O2 and our main man Jack Felix going at it right now. The Sigma, standoff was something we saw a lot yesterday as well. A very common theme between these teams, but O2 drops low for just a second, getting healed up by his healer shield, keeping him alive as well as Ricky Maru, who was on Genji last time, now proving useful on this Sojourn Maywall, giving him a little bit of a run for his money. Is O2 now with the main focus here. They're giving Santa Barbara such a difficult time, but the window does drop, and there's that gravitic flux coming out from O2 there. Going to drop a couple. Invuln Field is going to keep them alive for now. Rock does knock down Jack as he drops as well, and it looks like Berkeley are going to hold UCSB without a hitch here.
Yeah, they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at UC Berkeley, and they're still holding on strong, dropping so many ults right here. But got Larful maybe with the Ilario able to make a play, but it doesn't matter because Berkeley is coming up on Bob. We're getting Blizzard soon, and we have Matrix and another Ilario ult of our own. So UCSB, they don't have too many resources going for them. Because any push, they can throw a bomb out. You can throw your Blizzard down, and then there will be nothing you can really do about it. But Joe getting the pick on the Academy, taking Bob out of the equation, and also giving Santa Barbara a little bit more room to run around and make sure they can get that push in there. And Sunstrike does go through for Dark Curl, and the Graphitic Flux takes out the Sigma counterpart. I think this is the opening that Santa Barbara needs. The team is dead, and they can get free reign of the point right here. I don't think there's really any point contesting this, seeing as everyone is stuck in spawn, but you never know. You see all these miracles happen all the time. I think Berkeley knows it's not a good idea to push this. They're going to take the 2 ults that they have and then just pack it away for later.
That was exactly what they needed. They found the initial pick onto Keta, dropping him down. Joe doing his job well there, and look at that. Just like that would cap the point. That's what Midtown is really about, right? You can kind of wait, you can take your time, and as soon as you find these snap engages, these picks that you can play around, you can find yourself in almost another pick right there as Keta drops low. Has the that's Bob available, as now they're just looking to push this cart. They've got 3 minutes on the clock. They can take their time. It's going to be difficult.
On the contrary, though, I don't think 3 minutes is too much time, but Ketamine drops the bomb, making sure they're killing as much time as possible. No one wants to peek into that, and Dark Road does waste the ammo on his team. So many ults going through right now. Ricky trying to use the railgun to their advantage, getting the pick onto Ketamine, hopefully onto Out2 right now. Unfortunately, Out2 is unable to stand the heat of the Alari killing the counterpart, and Joe the pick on the 2 picks on the support right here. I think UCSB will have the room they need to really push through that bridge, the hated bridge right here, and Ketamine wants to have a little sniper battle right here. The Ash just wasn't doing it, but I think now even with the walls, Joe is up against a formidable aimer.
Yeah, Keta yesterday was the one going crazy on Widow. I'm surprised he didn't pick it this time, maybe not feeling as confident today. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I would love to see him more. I'm confident this man can win some snipe off Rock. Not quite going to find there as the ice block from May does come through to save her some damage. But there's that window and the snap engage. Gravitic Flux drops, finds onto 2 very important members of Santa Barbara here. The infield field keeps them alive for now. The Rock destroys it. They're full health, not quite gone yet. An incredible performance from the side of Santa Barbara. They withdraw O2 from that fight entirely, just missing his ult.
Yeah, and all this, and so many ults dropping, but Larswell dropping his Olari ult as well, taking out 2 in the process. People were complaining so much about this ability being so powerful. Like, the support doesn't need to do this much damage, but he simply does. Yes. And our Mama trying to run away at the last minute, regroup, join his team right here, because Santa Barbara made it to the next point already, and they are playing with 3 minutes on the clock to reach the end of there. I think it's very doable right now. Just momentum right there is so important to them. The Blizzard is coming up soon, but maybe Jack can counteract that with the Graphitic Slug. But I don't know, playing so closely to a May, I'm getting scared, okay? He's gonna get blasted at some point or another when he barely just gets out of that wall, but hopefully the Matrix will be able to get him some more damage going through right here. Everyone's kind of split up right now. I'm not liking this play from Berkeley. The Graphitic Flux does go through. Unfortunately, not really getting anyone. The Immortality Field being wasted. Everyone's playing with these cooldowns right here. Out2 taking out Jack Felix. They're going to lose that momentum right here because Amon pushing up with the Blizzard. Able to take out Joe and maybe Riki right here, who is isolated on the Sojourn.
I think Jack's ult actually got canceled there. Out2 canceled his ult with the Rock from the opposing Sigma, denying that engage entirely, finding those picks back. Berkeley making a stand here that said, listen, UCSB, it's not going to be that easy. They're looking to close out this series as soon as possible with a great performance on this defending side here.
Yeah, keep in mind, UCSB, no matter how far they get, all they have to do is defend just, 0.1 meters closer, and there's still hope for they can smoke. Let's switch over to the Zenyatta. There are 4 ults on the side of Berkeley right now with the wall going through from Keta, and UCSB really needs to gather themselves up and get that momentum again, because it's not looking too good. They are only 40 meters into this final point right here with only a minute on the clock. I think they're going to take any amount of meters that they can right now, because this is not a lot to work with the wall. Maybe going through for Joe, I don't know how well that's going to work out for them, especially because Cal has 3 very powerful ults on the side. If they try to engage with anything, they'll just drop the Transcendence and then they'll be okay. The massive heal, the reaction from they need to draw all these powerful ults out to make sure they don't have too much to work with, and only 60 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure what they can do, because Smoke gets the pick onto Riki, losing another ult for them with just seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, not a whole lot of time to go. Berkeley having 3 ults, and they have had them for a while. Not too eager to use them. They know that the ball is in Santa Barbara's court. Once they make the play, they can counter-engage Rock Finding onto O2. They're looking to make their move sooner rather than later. And there's that window. Sojourn has the overclock, but not combining it with that window is an interesting choice for sure. Rikimaru not in a great position to do any damage, but 25 seconds on the clock. Berkeley give them a little bit of space, dropping 2 of their ults immediately in Bone Field, keeping them alive for now, but it's going to be hectic here. O2 finds that with Sigma dying. Jax Felix down. That's the news for Cal B to make this stand. It's so tough for Santa Barbara to make a move in here as we now find Sojourn alone in this hole. She's going to drop soon. There's the Alari ult coming through the sun, but an amazing Zenyatta ult is going to keep them alive for just a little bit longer as they defend this, and it doesn't look like Santa Barbara's going to take it any further.
Yeah, just getting 53 meters. You know, it's a respectable amount for UCSB to push it. Now they have to make sure Berkeley doesn't get more than 52 meters on that time right there. It's just, I don't really know what they're going to do right here because Berkeley is proving that they're able to switch. They're able to adapt to all these plays that UCSB, they're really keeping their core. And
yeah.
I think they're getting comfortable with each of the hero pools on each individual map. But they need to be able to have 2 or 3 in their back pocket to be able to whip out. Because Berkeley, they're able to switch just like that. And that's what really gives them the advantage and all these access to these ults that they wouldn't have previously.
Yeah, you said it best, right? Adaptability is so much in this game. If they can't change their playstyle, if they can't pull out anything new to kind of catch Berkeley off guard, it's going to be tough for them here. Berkeley are looking really strong. The plays they're making are well together. They're content as a unit, and I'm not seeing quite the same thing from Santa Barbara here, but I'm confident that they can make a change. Lego Dude hasn't been using his ult quite as well, and there's just not a whole lot of synergy going on.
Yeah, maybe a communication thing on their side. I'm not quite sure what's going on because remember, Smoke holding on to that Zenyatta or popping at just the right moment. Because I know some people, they get so excited. Everything, they'll see their teammate get low. They'll, oh, I need to press Q right now. But Smoke was holding on to that for the very last second just in case. They weren't underestimating UCSB too much. But right now, I think Kenami is feeling a little bit more confident on the shots. He's staying on the Widow. Hopefully, they're able to duel with Joe a little bit more. We'll see.
I'm telling you, Keta is something to watch for on this Widow. The guy's a demon. He was hitting some disgusting shots yesterday, and I cannot wait for him to do it again. I would love to see something like that. But as we walk on here, they're going to take it slow, right? This bridge is hard to break through. As we saw last time, teams are going to have to play it a little bit slow. But with going for the shot, and there it is!
Oh my God!
Who gets lights out, buddy. Keta displaying his true skill on this character.
Yeah, you know what Keta's doing, he's finding these off angles that Joe isn't really expecting. He just gets his head taken off right there, and he's just doing such a great job on the Widow. I see what you mean. This guy is a little bit of a gamer when it comes to these Widow shots, and even then, that's still not the opening they need. But Joe getting the pick onto Keta. Okay, 2 picks, actually. Even though Keta getting one of his own, it's a 2-1 right here. So, you know, maybe Joe is up in the numbers a little bit. Is this the opening that they need to really break through? Jack says, I don't think so. Their tank being taken down means that they are unable to continue pushing right here. And 3 minutes left on the clock, and Berkeley does not have a single percentage on the point.
It's tough, right? These picks are exactly what they needed. They were unable to find anything. Keta has been doing such a good job at holding them back as he's looking to continue doing so right here. But listen, we have time. 1 pick is all you need, and you can really find that engage on to fight with the charge led. But Joe has ult available, going for the exact same shot. Hits it this time as well, but not the kill going through, and it's just going to be a waiting game for now. Window is dropped down as Latu drops as well. Keta on this backside looking to do what he can, but O2, the man in front, holding it down on sight, says, listen, an incredible Maywall separates my man Jack, and he will not be able to do anything for now. It's looking so secure from the side of Berkeley, Chris.
Yeah, unfortunately, just Berkeley's melting them. It just took that one opening pick. I thought it was so lost for Berkeley. Maybe that's kind of like the storyline that they're pushing for. They wanted us to see him struggle a little bit for the first couple of minutes, and they come back with a vengeance right here. Kenami getting all these picks that I wasn't expecting him to yesterday. But, you know, you never, maybe these guys are just hiding things from us.
Making it
just too good.
It really is too good. They're keeping us on our toes over here in the esports arena, but Rikimaru gets out of that blizzard safely. He's going to be looking to do some damage onto the side of Berkeley here, but Amon now on fire up top. They're just getting this payload moving. It's underneath them moving right now, and we're just getting some distance on. Remember, all they need to do is get to that 53-meter mark, and they are good to go.
Yeah, and it looks like right now everyone's trying to regroup. There's not too many ults online for some people, but Berkeley's at the 2 support ult. I know they really like working with that Matrix right there in the academy, popping the wall, trying to get the pick onto his counterpart. But I know Joe definitely does not want to look past that wall, but maybe the Ilario from Lartle will maybe do something for them. Jack like constantly, I feel like Jack's constantly stuck behind the May wall. I'm so sorry, but Jack Felix does get the pick onto Altua, as well as Lego getting 2 of it though. Lego dude getting a lot of picks today for a Baptiste, especially Ricky Maro getting the pick onto Amon, and once again UCSB is proving that, you know what, they are getting mowed down occasionally, but they are putting up a fight still because they got it pretty far onto this payload map. But it's just that no one can let up right now. But we have the sound barrier go from Smoke right here, and Jack does have the Graphlitic Flux, so we have a lot to work with these Widows. I'm so entertained by this duel right here, but I think Keta really has the upper hand. He plays a lot of that Widow and has the knowledge of all these like jump spots.
It's like a constant TikTok from these guys, the TikTok clips. They're just looking for these trick shots. The Widow on Widow action is incredible. Involved Field going to get taken down as Jack is in the middle of the team yet again, and he will not fall quite yet. Ricky dishing out as much damage as he can in the middle of all the chaos, trying to dish it out. It's difficult, but finds the snipe onto Keta. An incredible shot there from that overclock. O2 now leading the charge, knocking down Santa Barbara. They're just looking to take this payload a little bit farther. Joe, not quite where you want to be. That's going to secure them a lot more distance on this payload.
Yeah, but unfortunately, everyone was fighting, and the payload, unfortunately, still stuck under the bridge. Amon doing the walk of shame back to the payload as they're trying to get it through. Because at this point, Lego Dude's already back up online. Everyone is back there, so they're barely making it through the bridge. Because there's so much action going on right here. I really like having the Sigma Widow combo right here. You can pop out that shield at any time, making sure your Widow is protected and safe. That's the classic UCEI Circuit Royale. I would know because I saw that a million times last year. Joe getting the pick onto getting me. Another pick onto Al2, actually. Joe is farming TikTok clips right here. Make sure, if you do have a TikTok, Joe, make sure y'all follow him because he's farming so many clips with his Widow right now. And Ricky having the railgun pick onto Dark Girl, and we're getting low on time right now. We haven't even touched the first checkpoint.
Yeah, we need to get there. Only a minute left on the clock. I like that we got, we've seen a lot of the clips, right? Widow making these snipes. Now we got a little glimpse of the other point of view, getting absolutely shut down. A nice Maywall is going to do just that, shut down Berkeley for now, as they're not able to make up. As we said earlier, Chris, before the game started, this bridge means everything. When Santa Barbara posture on top of it like this, they become so much more difficult. The window drops, but the Gravitic Flux prevents them from getting any further. Snipe not quite finding, and the wall is separating Widow from the rest of her team, unable to do anything to help. Amon has Blizzard available, not going to use it quite yet as we're just hitting on a Jack. Ice Block does come through to get some damage. The Blizzard drops. The Invul Field goes down, so it's going to be a disaster for the side of Santa Barbara. Multiple members have fallen for Santa Barbara. They're looking to move this point, cap this checkpoint.
Oh my god, and when the team members of UCSB dropped, so did that Blizzard right there. I was really scared because Amon was basically looking up and down, and it was so lost. And then suddenly it wasn't. Cal just brings it out the last second every single time. And right there, I think UCSB couldn't have played that any better because they had that height advantage and already dropped down on them. They just weren't keeping track of these ults right here. But now UCSB does have these 3 ults online for them. They're able to come down with hopefully a vengeance. But you see what Al2 does with all these Gravitic Fluxes. It's back and forth between these guys, and look, the payload, as soon as it rounds the corner, it'll be GG for them. So they need to drop all these ults right now. It is crunch time.
It's creeping in. Ricky has the overclock available. Look at that. The checkpoint is right there. Window going to dissuade them for now. Berkeley knows that they don't exactly have to rush. A minute left, so they have to eventually. Gravitic Flux finds Stu, but a nice rock dissuades him from doing any further damage. Jack's so happy with himself after that one, as he's providing to be a rock, a staple for his team right now is Berkeley. All they need to do is get a little bit further. The damage comes through from Ricky Maro. Overclock was used, so it is no longer available. Window comes through. Invul Field goes down as Ricky drops. That's going to be huge. So much damage is out of their pockets now. Berkeley looking to march this one forward as Keta finds this damage, and we are going to secure that point. Second game going over to Berkeley.
And that makes 2 for Berkeley right there. Unfortunately, end of the road for Santa Barbara. We're going to see the play of the game right here, and it is out to making all of these big plays. You know, the Rock's going back and forth. He made so many good ones right here, and I just feel like UCSB got shut down.
Yeah.
So hard.
It was close, but you're right. They got shut down. Every move that they made, Berkeley had the answer right. They were doing what they needed to do to counteract it, and they did a fantastic job of doing so, right? A 2-0, right?
Yeah, such a convincing 2-0 because, you know, Berkeley, again, they always like making us nervous at the first, like, you know, 2 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden, they just come out with such a vengeance. I think they have great control of their ult economy. They're known to combo things all at once, and that really gave them the advantage right there because Santa Barbara, their backs were against the wall pretty much the whole time. Pretty much after the first 3 minutes passed, everything was up for them, and it was just hard. And unfortunately, we will have to say goodbye to Santa Barbara. This is double elimination after all, and this is the losers bracket. So UC Santa Barbara, you played incredibly well, but unfortunately, the end of UCEI, you know, it's right here for you. And Berkeley will go on to our next match against UCLA.
Yes.
These two teams did qualify last year, but the unfortunate thing is one of them won't qualify. So between Cal and UCLA, who do you got?
Oh, okay. You're throwing me on the spot with this one. Listen,
I am.
LA losing yesterday, I believe it was Santa Cruz. They were looking okay.
San Diego, actually.
San Diego, not Santa Cruz, excuse me. But I'm not going to lie, Berkeley was looking good here. I think Berkeley can go all the way. They kind of have my heart right now. I think the way they played just now was incredible. I like what you said about their ult charges.
I think you just like Keta right now. You know, Keta was going kind of crazy with all of these plays.
He really was. Yeah, so wrapping it up for today, guys, we do have a replay package of that game for you guys, and we're going to show us through that. Chris, show us through some of these moments here.
Okay, yeah, with Joe, the one that initially went over to the Widow and Riki right here. I think just these two hits, guys, there's so much potential to have these sweaty plays right here. When you're up against in that little room, you're able to really get a lot of shots and out to our play of the game from the last match. It's just, look at the way that they're able to just coordinate with each other, even though the whole team's kind of getting melted in the back. L2 is able to hold on strong. There's just a lot of good aim from these players. These are playing at a top level right now. I'm so excited to see this. Even though Santa Barbara did lose 2-0, they did not like go down kind of easily.
Yeah.
You know, they were able to get all these like 2-3 picks combo. I think just Berkeley was just too strong for them.
They really were. They played so well throughout these fights. This was one near the end there of that first half, and it was just nonstop dominance. An incredible Zenyatta ult there was saving the team there from that gravitic flux in earlier. Baptiste proving to us that, you know, Baptiste can do a lot more than just heal. That guy can dish out some damage. Incredible walls nonstop from a man throughout this entire game. I mean, just what a performance from Berkeley.
Yeah, poor Jack just getting constantly stuck between those, you know, May walls, and it's just... You know, it's a horrible, heartbreaking story between a support and a tank who's on the other side of a May wall. I've been on the support side many a time, and it looks like out to really deserve his play of the game right there.
Yeah.
I think there's just so many little moments that any of these like 2 kills could be like part of that clip package. Right here, here's the big play from Ahmad. Just when you think it's all over, he has the blizzard, and everyone's getting frozen, really clutching up the game. Right here, Santa Barbara, they had the perfect positioning on top of that bridge. We were talking about it earlier. The bridge is such a vital like playing piece in this part of the map, and yet Ahmad was able to clutch it up regardless.
He was. It was really consistent performance from him, right? Making this May look really, really good, making Jack's life so hard on that Sigma. That was a nice rock throw from Jack there to shut down L2. But at the end here, things got really, really intense. It all comes down to just a couple picks, right? If you can find one member down, that's the beauty of Overwatch 2 versus 1. You got one less member, so you knock it down to 4, it means that much more. And it was just not quite up to Santa Barbara to win it in the end.
And I think we're wrapping up the end of this clip package. Such a big congratulations to Berkeley right now, and we're gonna see the rest of this bracket go through soon. It's gonna be Berkeley versus LA, and then later on we're gonna see UC Santa Cruz and UC Davis as well. So a lot of really good hype games going through. I really want to point out that Santa Cruz and Davis haven't gone to LAN before. I don't think, at least for Overwatch, so it'll be a brand new thing for them. While we are gonna say goodbye to either UCLA or Berkeley, I want to be kind of the controversial person right here to be against you. I'm rooting for UCLA. They were
Okay.
our grand finalists last year. My favorite player on UCLA is Wisp. He's amazing at the DPS role, and I think he can really bring the team to victory right here. So I guess everything's up in the air because you're the Keta fan, I'm the Wisp fan. They're both crazy on the
It's
Widow.
true. I cannot. If we get a showdown of those two players against each
I
other,
want to
that
see
would
both
be
of them on
yes,
Widow.
that would be
so
incredible.
Excited.
But yeah, no rest for the Wicked. Berkeley get to play an entire another series right now, and we'll get that to you guys at 7 o'clock. We go live with that series. So hang on to your seats, get some water, and we'll be
grab your
back here in
popcorn.
just a little bit.
And welcome back, everyone, to the UCE Invitational presented by Xfinity. Once again, we haven't changed. I'm still Chris Peachy Bobas Lou, and I'm still here with Quincy PhD Stokes. We had a little bit of a bracket mix-up,
Yes.
so behind the scenes, we did bring that around. We did fix it. So instead, we are gonna see Berkeley versus UC Davis. Still such a powerful matchup going on right here. Berkeley, the big land invitees from last year going against Davis, a little bit of the underdog from up north.
Yeah, they haven't been to LAN. Last year they didn't quite make the cut. They're looking to do so this time, as you guys can see this bracket now. Berkeley versus Davis is going to be an interesting one. Don't worry, for all you UCLA fans out there, you will get to see your team compete in the stream after this one starting at 8 o'clock. We'll catch that one live. Don't you worry. But for now, Berkeley versus Davis.
I actually don't know anything about Davis. Did you see him at all yesterday? Like, what was the vibe going on with Davis?
We did see them yesterday. I remember Ecal especially was playing pretty well yesterday. Nothing in particular stood out. They unfortunately were not able to beat Irvine, such a strong team that they are.
Well, we're kind of speaking from inside the house right now. So Irvine, we are big Irvine fans in this house. But right now, I think we are Davis fans.
Yes.
And a little bit of Berkeley fans, too, because I know Quincy was going crazy on Canada
I
earlier.
liked it.
Yeah,
They looked good.
There was a lot of really good plays. But I think UC Davis just didn't get that chance to really prove it early on. Because getting knocked out by Irvine, like, come on. They need to have that underdog story. Maybe climbing through the loser's bracket and making it all the way to land, hopefully. But these teams are setting up right now, so we are hopefully going to jump into the game very, very soon. I think we are going on Oasis. Any thoughts on that map?
Ooh, Oasis is interesting. I think the map is kind of different, right? Especially on the part where there's this big pit in the middle, things like that. It can make for a lot of interesting comps. A lot of characters become relevant all of a sudden, and a couple more become irrelevant. I've seen things like Roadhog. You can kind of pull them into the pit. It's okay, but I expect no Roadhog. I think a lot of Sigma, Orisa on this map is pretty strong too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Berkeley, I think they were so adaptable last time that they're kind of able to whip out whatever hero that they really want to play. So if they wanted to briefly bring out the Orisa and then bring back the Sigma, I think they'll be able to do it. And Davis, they'll really benefit. They're also able to do that. I think they just didn't get a chance to really show that off yesterday, getting eliminated by Irvine. But again, redemption right here. I'm so ready to see all of these plays. And the players are almost done getting into lobby. I'm super excited to see this, but you never know. The game is starting right now. I don't know. I'm guessing we'll see a Genji. As always, May would be probably really good on this garden map. There's a lot of verticalities.
Yes.
Occasionally, I do see a Fair or a Junkrat up there.
I think Junkrat could provide a lot of use. I know for a while, Ball was relevant on this map as well. You can kind of knock them off that bridge on top, and you kind of play sight so well because there's that pillar in the middle, sort of.
Yeah, he just spins around.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch and also horrible to play against, unfortunately. And I think UC Davis getting that immediate pick. We're going for a little bit divier with that Winston pick with KO Ecal on the Lucy. Oh, yeah, we're definitely going divey here. Blue Fire on the Tracer and everything. On the other side, we're getting a little something we're expecting from Berkeley. They're just testing out the waters right now. Maybe they'll switch later on, but it's kind of bread and butter for them.
I like that. I like what they're doing here. I like the standard comp more. I think Davis, we're going in with a bang, rather, right? We're going to dive. We're going to get site control early in. If they can manage to do so, I think this game can go really well for them.
Yeah, the mobility on Davis actually goes kind of crazy. Every single one of these heroes are able to get a lot of movement going on right here, and it looks like Davis does get that early priority onto the point get on that Soldier's great ability to get just one-shot headshots, severely nerfed, unfortunately. But right now, Kata is so melting the damage. Wannabe getting the first pick onto Dark Crow. And Smoke and Kata do go down before getting traded out for Isaac. But the first point, going to Davis, I think the dice competition really spoke to them.
Yes, I think that's expected that they get that first there. I think their comp did exactly what it wants to do. Once Winston is on site, it's so hard to get him off if you don't have any surefire damage to match him right in the face like a Reaper, like a Tracer, things like that. So they're going to be sitting pretty for quite a while, I think, Chris.
Yeah, they're going for a little bit more of a mid-range thing right here, but UC Davis definitely wants to get close and jump in and out very quickly. Wanna be in a really great spot to make sure, but oh, he's unfortunately blocked by that Maywall. Great play from Amon right here, getting the pick, the headshot onto Blue Fire. Such a nice pick considering, you know, Tracer dips in and out right here. Wanna be taking out super low, and Ecal fighting for his life a little, able to win against the fellow support. Dark Crow just hasn't really been able to make a lot of impact lately, but right now UC Berkeley did flip the point, so right now it's up to Davis to make sure it's flipped back around in their favor.
Yeah, flipping it gives him a bit of peace of mind for now with Smoke trying to live, but he just can't quite find that space he needs. Wannabe providing very useful on this Sojourn. That wall is a bug as well, but O2 is going to drop as well, and Davis are going to reclaim this point. Contested as of now, still ticking in favor of Berkeley, but looks like it is going to flip back over to Davis.
And everyone right now is camping Amon. He stood no chance. Everyone just circling him, and right now the point is now getting flipped back over, but Berkeley actually has a little bit of the upper hand. A lot of work with Altu switching over to the Doomfist right here, but Davis is ready. They have the 5 ults just sitting there. The moment they even take a step near the point, I think they're going to drop something, even if it's like the win. The Rampage and just anything, it goes right here, but the Kitsune Rush does get started with Isaac Pants, and there's no response from Berkeley, unfortunately. The defense matrix probably can't do much. The overclock from Wannabe gets just a pick onto Dark Curl. Too big. Wannabe taken down, and then Altu with the headshot. Ecal right here. I think Davis actually has 4 DPS going on right now because these supports are just getting all these picks.
I mean, they only use 3 of their 5 ults available. An incredible shutdown, being able to kill Keta as he pops that overclock, and he drops just like that. An incredible, we'll call it a Sojourn diff in the favor of Wannabe, but now with 2 members strong, UC Davis are more than happy to continue keeping this pressure on to Berkeley. Going to be tough for them to get in onto site. Lucio dropping low with the purple monkey going huge as Davis on KO wants to do what he can to keep this space away from Berkeley, but he's going to drop. Berkeley looking strong here. Excuse me, Davis looking strong here, Chris.
Okay, but you remember what happened last time with Berkeley? The Meteor Strike is online right now. They really need to get on the point because it's taken to 99%. Finally, I thought they were going to C9 it a little bit, but unfortunately, Berkeley is able to flip it. And, you know, we saw what happened with Berkeley last time. They took it all the way to the edge, and right now with the Blizzard online, I've seen what Amon can do with it, and with no ults for Davis, I think, you know, Berkeley is going to pull a Berkeley.
Is that what we're calling it now? Already, we're calling it a Berkeley.
We're going to make it the land. We're going to be like, they're doing a Berkeley.
Okay,
they're pulling
perfect.
a Berkeley.
Got that in mind. Perfect. And we'll see if they can make this kind of play happen with Amon's Blizzard. O2 doing what he can to keep this space. They want to keep Davis on their toes. They need to get in here soon. 65% and counting as we have contested site. O2 is still our main man. Ice Block is going to save Amon for now. Blizzard drop. Finds 1, but 2. Unable to get that 3rd, but that's going to be some huge picks for the side of Berkeley. Trying to make their way back onto site here. Davis popped that Kitsune rush as well. They're trying to get back on the site and reclaim their throne. Can they do so? The capturing bar hits half, and it looks like they might be able to do so. Nobody from Berkeley is clear, but Smoke comes on the site. We're contested. 90% going in. Smoke drops. That's 1 member down. It flips over. The overtime ticking down as Keta finds his way on the site. Can he hold his ground? I don't know if he can. He's going to pop that overclock. We're going to keep it going. O2 is back with the overtime ticking. He's going to find 2 kills. We're looking to flip it back.
He can save this game right here. He's
pulling
a Berkeley.
It's going to be incredible. They're pulling a Berkeley, Chris.
Oh my god, it is against all odds that they Keta just really, the overcut couldn't come at a better moment right now. Amon getting the pick onto KO. They actually might pull a Berkeley on this. We are in overtime right now, and there's no one on Davis that's really able to contest this because Amon and O2 are getting all these picks on the most like slippery characters. It's ticking,
it's
and
done.
they did it. They pulled a Berkeley once again.
They managed to scrape that back from that 99%. They found their way back on the site with Smoke, the hero dashing on the site with Keta as well.
Oh my god, just one after the other. They're so, you know, altruistic. They're able to sacrifice themselves for the greater good of the team. I just love that play. And Keta just, that was the ult of his life. Like genuinely getting the 2 picks, opening up all these doors, and they were able to clutch it up. UC Davis must be punching the air right now.
I would be, for sure. It's, you know, 5 members strong. Oh, guys, we're going to get this site, no problem. Here comes, oh, what is that in the distance? A Lucio coming in hot.
Like
He's going to get on the
it's a plane,
site.
it's smoke just coming through last second.
Very well played to Berkeley there. Let's see if they can do it again, getting on a site. We have a more of a dive comp from Berkeley as well with this Doomfist, but Davis still rocking Winston. Is going to provide also a dive comp. We'll see how this Doomfist-Winston matchup turns out.
Yeah, it looks like they're keeping the exact same comp they had when they clutched it up at the very last second. They're running off the high of that hype, and maybe Amon going for the rework Sombra. You know, maybe we'll get some, you know, cool virus hack right here, but unfortunately being taken out by Blue Fire. Just a burst from that Tracer is so powerful. Unable for Amon to really do anything about Dark Crow taking down super low, and once again, Davis is probably going to get the advantage onto this point right here, but we saw what happened. We took it to 99%, and Berkeley just took it all the way. And just Ecal, the Lucio fight going back and forth. Ecal said, sit down, Smoke. I know you had that play last game, but I'm still here. And I'm on switching over to the Reaper. That's the perfect counter to Winston. So KO might be looking for the switch.
Yeah, when he dashes in, he is at his most vulnerable. He just wants to get that dash back up, but if you can kill him beforehand, he's just a sitting monkey, not a duck. Don't get it twisted, wannabe. Up in this sight line, doing well, but there's O2 to stop him from doing so. Davis behind the cover of this center pillar is going to provide very useful. The clock ticking in favor of Davis.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the play, the positioning that they have right here. They have the high ground to make sure those on the point are actually taken well care of, but out to have the meteor strike. We saw what we could do with that. We touched the point last minute. The Kitsune rush does go through from Isaac Panther. Is anyone even going to make a move onto here? Because Keta's still getting healed up by that Morris. Such power more heal that they had to limit her, give her a resource bar, and KO does pop the Winston. Oh, probably knocking Keta out of the range to do anything useful while Smoke just cleans house and gets those 2 picks right here. This is all a big distraction, honestly. Without 2 does get taken down, and the point, we're even right now, but we saw what happened when it was even last time.
Yeah, KO doing a 400-meter dash there, just knocking around Keta. He actually managed to live that situation. Bit of a waste of that rage coming through, but continuing to tick in favor of Berkeley as we just wait for these ult charges. Davis has 2 available, but it doesn't look like they're in a position to be able to make use of this advantage as of now.
Yeah, but Keta, it's coming up super close on that overclock, and also the death blossom from Amon. I just think Amon has great of his ult right here, but Keta doesn't care. Already getting the pick onto Isaac Panther. Once your main source of heal does go down, it's kind of hard to really do anything else. Wannabe getting the pick onto Outdo, and Keta being taken down himself. Davis is going on strong with the sound barrier, keeping them up right here at the rest of the cleanup shop.
Wow, just like that, cleanup shop is the perfect way to put it. It looked like it wasn't in Davis's favor there for quite a while, but they took that site back by storm, only using an ultimate or 2 to get themselves back on there. Keta having used ult. Now all that Berkeley has is that Death Blossom for now. Time is running a little bit thin, 45% ticking on this clock. Keta needs to find some kind of play. It's going to be up to Amon too. Let's keep an eye on this Reaper, see if he can make his way onto site for that big Death Blossom.
Yeah, and the Death Blossom is online right now, so I think he's just waiting for them to go onto that point right there. Would be a really great spot, but he has to get rid of that pesky Winston shield first, but it's okay. He's the perfect counter. The Tracer Bomb doesn't connect with anyone, unfortunately, and it's still UCEI just running out of ultimate to use it. Overclock will wannabe hopefully able to do something. He's no Keta though, because right now nothing is connecting. Just no picks are going through. I spoke too soon. The pick onto Keta does eliminate him early from this fight right here. Out to taking out Blue Fire, so none of that Tracer diving potential, and Doofus goes crazy. He's just more powerful than you would ever expect. The wannabe being taken down low. I think the site is gonna flip right here as KO runs for his life.
Yeah, they weren't able to find any use out of Amon's ult there. They used it inside the enemy Kitsune rush, but nothing came from it. No kills. They weren't able to flip that spot back as now we are in overtime. O2 trying to hold it down for his team. Winston has to jump out, drops low, even falling to his own death, and Cal are able to swap that one back over in their favor. Listen, if we get 2, quote, Berkeley's back-to-back, it's going to say something about this team that they perform at their highest in these last couple seconds. Davis need to get back onto the site. They have no ults available to do so. Smoke having that beat drop can provide essential here. Ecal as well has his beat drop soon, so we'll see how these Lucio ults play out. There's not a whole lot of utility to play around here though, Chris.
Yeah, it's just whoever gets to use it for whoever uses it.
Roadhog.
The Roadhog does come out from KO. KO's playing a lot of these quirky champions that I'm not really sure it's going to do much for them, but it's overtime right now. If I see another Berkeley, I'm going to actually lose it, but out too, making sure that the Berkeley does happen. The drop does go through from both sides. No more ults to really work with Kenemy. Keta is dead right now, and the pick onto Blue. Bluefire can't catch a break, but unfortunately, L2 can't catch a break either as Davis comes back with the
Wannabe
right now. Wannabe has the overclock, doesn't even need it at this point, but he's gonna do it anyway to make sure Smoke doesn't get another clutch play. And KO pushing up. We don't want a Berkeley happening, and we are going to a map 3 on the control.
Not something you see too often. Davis able to take that one back from Berkeley's clutches. The Roadhog pick coming out huge there. Ended up finding that last pick on to the enemy tank, and it was just exquisite gameplay. This is that map I was originally talking about. It can be interesting if you go to it. I think this one has such a different play style than the other ones, but 1-to-1 is not something we've seen thus far in UCEI Invitational, presented to us by Xfinity. Davis looking to take this one. There's the swap off of the Roadhog. I was waiting for that one.
And I'm surprised because, like, so far it's been a lot of clean sweeps.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx. I'm actually knocking on wood right now as we speak. And, we're actually going with them. Okay, we're switching. I thought we were going to Doomfist, but now we're going on the JQ. Maybe just to get that initial speed boost after we saw how important it is to get that initial pick. And contact here, a good knife will make sure anything will happen for the favor of right now. Just they're filling each other out. We had him on the mid. We saw how he could do with it. But what I need right now is for Bluefire to really dive in and out to make sure those supports aren't keeping people like Keta and L2 alive.
Right. Amon looking like May is a signature pick here, performing so well on it. It does such a good job at controlling zones just like this. This May wall really pinches them into a point. Having to walk through combined with this Sigma means disaster, as just like that, Berkeley are going to cap the point off the bat here. It's difficult for them right now because of this high ground up on that left side. It's going to be so tough, but marching forward gets them away from that left side, and even though they're pinched, it seems like they're holding their ground so well.
Yeah, right now, I think David's a little too spread out to make a full-on push to each other. Solo, but being clutched up with that health pack at the last second. Keta does want to chase a little, but the moment you get too far with free team, you will run into some trouble. L2 taking out KO, having the takedown is huge, and I think Cal is going to hold on to their control over this point, and UCD has no choice but to regroup.
Yeah, just waiting that original push is so huge, especially if they can find these picks towards the end here. We're going to buy them only so much more time as these picks do stagger these deaths. They've charged up their ults for now, and really, Davis not getting in there on that initial push is kind of disastrous. They have this dive comp, so hopefully they can retake it in a snap, but it's going to be difficult with no pulse bomb available.
Yeah, what do you have available? Are two great supports, and then Isaac is popping it right away. Hopefully there is some entry to go on under the Graphitic Flux, grabbing one but not really doing too much. But right now, Davis needs to have an opening to push because Isaac would have wasted his ult for nothing. The overclock is online right now. The whole would be able to, but he's gonna pop it right now, getting the sound barrier from Smoke clutching up. UC Berkeley is here to fight another day. Regardless, Wannabe does get a pick onto his counterpart. The Blizzard from Amando, making sure no one can really push through that choke. No one wants to get frozen right now, and L2 be taken out so low. And right now we're at 82%, 0% for Davis, but this is gonna change very soon as the point flips.
They do cap that finally, and Cal have lost their sweet on the site here. The Amon ult trying to do what it could there, but not having Keta's ult or Dakuro's ult didn't, it's kind of not what you want to see. You see Davis making great use of their ults coming up there. Now they will have the Primal Rage and that Pulse Bomb coming up soon. So we'll look how they can use those to really keep Davis off, or Berkeley off of this site for now. Involve field dropping down as we now have the action. We're going to pop that Rage as we're just trying to keep Berkeley away from the site. Sigma unable to do anything against this monkey, but he's stuck in the lower rooms. Maybe jumping up on top here as we do have Lucio doing all that he can. Keta, no ult available as he just used it, and they're not able to get back on site quite yet. Davis holding firm.
Yeah, Berkeley isn't worried. I don't think they are. They have 85%. The play has been convincing so far. Already, Isaac has another Kitsune rush and want to be able to use that to get the pick on to start throwing KO on to Keta. So right now they are pushing forward. They're going full steam ahead to make sure all these picks are going to do. But with KO down, I don't think it's going to just work for very long because Amon having the Maywall that room. I love hiding back there, and Amon just denies them that completely. Doesn't matter though. Want to be getting 2 picks and eke out a pick of his own to make sure that Davis isn't going down with the fight. Even with no tank, they don't care.
Yeah, Wannabe doing so much work here. Time and time again, this guy is finding crucial picks. And now with that overclock available yet again, he's looking to do so in this last fight coming up. Davis at 75% now. Berkeley needs to make their way onto this site with only one ult available. Excuse me. They have that Gravitic Flux. Keep your eyes on Wannabe. He has that. Looking for the solo ult, and it's not going to hit. Wannabe in a perfect position, an overextension by O2 as he pops the overclock. Looking for the counter damage. Knocks out the info shield as well as O2. And the damage from Wannabe is incredible. Reaper unable to do a thing as Davis look to hold down their position on site. Most members of Berkeley are gone, and that's going to be this going over with no touch. That's the map 2 going to Davis. They take it.
And you know, Smoke, I saw Smoke trying to go through last minute, but it doesn't matter. Wannabe isn't a wannabe. He's literally him.
He's him.
He's him. I think hopefully we're going to get the play of the game with Wannabe right here because I want to see it again, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not ready for this. I was not ready for this because he was literally, there's so many moments that I expected that last play was going to be the play, but unfortunately we're getting one from the earlier map. It doesn't matter. It's still an equally good play from him. And this guy's just him right now. He's not a wannabe.
That guy's a walking highlight reel. We see him on the surge, and you see he's got ult. Okay, let's look at this guy because he's about to pop off. An incredible performance from Davis. Looked like they were on the back foot for most of that original game right on these first couple maps, but Davis taking it away from him in such a strong performance.
Yeah, dare I say Davis pulled a Berkeley on Berkeley. Because they were struggling a little bit, obviously, but they pulled through at the very last second.
They did. Honestly, an incredible performance. Going to take this entire series 1-0 so far in favor of Davis. Do you think Berkeley needs to change what they're doing getting into these next maps?
Honestly, maybe just a little bit because we saw a little bit more flexibility from Davis this time rather than Berkeley because they were sticking to their core and stuff, and I think their ult economy wasn't as good because I feel like Isaac constantly had that Kitsune rush, and it's kind of the sleeper ult where you don't really see the big effect of it, but they realize everyone's getting kills left and right. So maybe they do need to switch to maybe a different team combo. It doesn't matter because Berkeley does have the map pick in their hands. We are going to a hybrid map, and Berkeley wasn't able to pick the map last time, so whether or not we go to Midtown or not, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. That whole match was a walking highlight reel. I really do agree. Yeah. I think we're going to see some moments coming up in just 1 second.
Yeah, I imagine we'll see a lot of Sojourn here as we do dive on in just a quick second. But I'd be surprised if it wasn't Midtown. I'm going to be honest with you. These teams seem to like it a lot. They're picking it so constantly. But now we'll finally jump into this replay here. So let's check out some moments from this last game as we do have Wannabe, our main man, who kind of stole the show here with this damage coming through. But take it away.
Surprised by this, and I think the teamwork from Davis is really great because they're able to ults together, so coordinated, especially KO with the power rush displacing people like Keta. So many clips from him. I think our observers really don't want everything that wanted to have that whole online. They are switching over to him, and just it's such a convincing team kill. Obviously Berkeley has a lot of really great plays here and there too, but when Davis gets a team kill, that.
Yeah, they played these team fights immaculately as a team. I mean, time and time again, it was the combination of ults paired with, Wannabe and Bluefire on the sidelines, dishing out heavy damage. By no means was this a sweep of the game. This was incredibly close. Sorry, not the series, this map. And it was time and time again. I could definitely see Berkeley coming out. Listen, I'm kind of.
He's a Berkeley fan.
I wouldn't, maybe not a Berkeley fan quite, but I'm a believer. Enthusiast. I believe.
But a believer.
A believer, yes.
Because right now, this is the first of 2. So Berkeley, we still have one chance to make sure the hybrid match go their way. Because look, Amon had the great plays on the previous series. Not so much on the Reaper for this one, David, but maybe or something. We're not quite sure yet, but I think Amon can still pull a lot of these really great ults out of him.
When in doubt, team dip it out, right? When the jungler, whatever you have to do to make yourself feel just a little bit better. But listen, Davis haven't been to a LAN yet, or UCEI.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I would love to see them get some.
Yeah, because last their Valorant team, I believe, won the whole thing for UCEI, represented by Xfinity, of course. But Overwatch, we haven't really seen too much of the Overwatch side of UC Gaming, so I think they really want to do that, and I think these plays are ready to go. We don't even care about the replay at this point because we need to see this hybrid map going in right here. So through the replay, we're going to go straight to the real action where it matters, and we are going to Midtown. Who would have guessed?
No surprise there. For some reason, these teams love this map. I'm not sure the exact breakdown of that. It does allow for some crazier picks. I see we have Amon on the Berkeley side. Might get that switched in just a second, as Ketamine as well on this Sojourn, as he played so well on last game. Wannabe, of course, matching that pick. Hanzo coming out of Amon is not something we've seen so far, though.
Yeah, Hanzo, I don't really get how to play that guy. His shots are so random. I feel like Amon getting the quirky plays like Reaper and May, maybe Hanzo's right up his wheelhouse. But honestly, when I play Hanzo, I just fire something and I pray to God that it hits.
I've heard that, right? Like Hanzo is like all luck. You just kind of, you shoot where you think there might be.
It's never a nice shot. It's a lucky shot whenever you get killed by one. But maybe Amon will have some great shots right here, because I think the data, the information you get from the Hanzo is really important. Because the sonar, but it doesn't matter. KO is already getting taken out by KO, who is on the Sigma. I'm liking the Sigma pick from these two, so it's a little bit of a mirror matchup. Bluefire going on the main, so stealing Amon's signature pick right here. And KO actually doing a lot of big plays right here. Wannabe gets the pick onto Smoke. They are having a great defense right now, and you see Berkeley really needs to kind of get it together a little bit, because this is match point for them technically.
It is. They need to get going on this, and being on this payload map, kind of going first, right? You can either deny the enemy team the ability to get far quickly, or you have to go as far as you can in order to make sure that there's kind of this weird pressure being the second team, right? You need to go and set the expectation, meet the expectation that the opposing team has set. But for now, we're going to farm up these ult charges, trying to get a little bit of distance close towards this site.
And I see KO's dancing between, trying to make sure he doesn't fall victim to the lucky Hanzo headshot kill. There we go. He said, I don't want to get the lucky headshot onto myself, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill him. They're actually pushing up pretty far because they don't want Berkeley to get any hold of point. KO actually wrapping them, making sure they cannot get anywhere. Kenna just fighting for his life right now, being taken down by Wannabe with 2 minutes on the clock. Berkeley needs to do something, anything. Maybe pull another Berkeley, because Wannabe is just wiping the floor with them.
KO, kind of a demon so far on this Sigma. Very confident. The rocks are hitting. The little orbs are hitting as well. I love to see this performance. Ult charged already on Sigma.
Yeah, we've seen all the plays that the Sigma were able to do. On the last time we saw Midtown out to, unfortunately, like 60% under the Graphitic Flux does go through. Unfortunately, being saved by the Immortality field, but it doesn't matter.
Oh,
actually, it does matter, because KO does get shredded by Kata. I think this is the opening that Cal needs to maybe get a hold onto the point. Isaac is running for his life. Are you gonna go for the hero play? It doesn't matter, because Darkuro kind of hears the footsteps, he's stomping behind him. He turns around and makes sure that Davis is staggered for this upcoming fight.
Yeah, a great take there from Cal. That played it nice and slow. They found that pick onto KO, and they executed on it right in an instant. They had that sight before you even know it. Now, it's a matter of pushing this payload. 4 minutes, basically, to push this. It's a pretty good amount of time going in onto this one. But listen, Chris, we've talked about it. This bridge is going to be everything.
Yeah, remember last time when Amon kind of neglected to have the payload get under the bridge, but I kind of set him up for that really great play that we saw in the previous highlight reel. Maybe he can pull it off again, because he is now on the main, but they really did push through the Bluefire, getting that pick onto Ken is going to deny him that kind of long-range damage potential right here. Ken just chucking out rocks left and right, getting the pick onto Smoke. They are losing so much of their potential to do anything. Bluefire with the Blizzard, hopefully trying to, mimic Amon in the last game and do some of these great Blizzard plays. Wannabe also getting a kill on the Darkuro, so Berkeley is a little backed up right now, because UC Davis, I think they have a really good idea of how to play around this.
I think you're right. Berkeley is they're doing well, okay, for now, but
they're not doing great.
Not doing great, you're right. Trying to throw them a little bit of a bone. 4 ults available on the side of Davis, but 3 on Berkeley is going to provide a lot of tools in this upcoming
up on 4, actually,
fight.
So I would say it's pretty even, because I'm on already up to 90% on that Blizzard, and when they're approaching that cursed bridge, Canna getting the pick ECAL losing him so early in the fight is going to be disastrous for them as he gets more and more picks. The ultimates are just going through left and right, and still Cal is still holding on to 2 potential ults, while Davis is not really doing too much with it. So their defense is getting shredded right now, and hopefully they'll be able to get under that bridge, the cursed bridge, before, you know, everyone else respawns.
They're making great time so far. 2 minutes 20, and they're already underneath that bridge. KO has to do what he can with his Gravitic Flux. Finds one. The Ice Block going to dissuade that kill for now. Involt Shield as well, putting in value as Wannabe on the side. He's doing what he can, but with the Sequin knocking on his door, he's going to live for now, but he's going to be a threat there nonetheless. They have to deal with him somehow, because he's going to be making these picks onto smoke. They try to Maywall him off, but there he is with that engage behind Sigma. Doesn't even see him coming. Sigma very alone gets caught off, and Berkeley stand their ground for, or excuse me, Davis standing their ground for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, bodies were going flying right there. I was kind of scared because they were in that little room, and whenever you get a lot of characters with like this AoE damage, you don't want to be stuck in any confined space, but now they're in a horrible spot, actually. They're in the spot that we said they would never, ever want to be stuck under the bridge. I think they've got to be able to barely pass it, but they're going to need to get all the way across that bridge again. And when Davis is holding on to that high ground right there, Amon needs to have the blizzard of his life once again. Immortality will be possible, maybe a little preemptively for my taste, but it doesn't matter because the blizzard does go through the blue fire and Amon as well, so it's going to be a double Paris with Davis coming out on top.
There it is. Davis doing a great job holding Cal back here. That's the team kill going over to him with the use of that blizzard being so consequential for, excuse me, Berkeley. And what an incredible performance. They have a little bit of time, Chris. Do you think they need to go, or can they wait a second?
I think they need to gather up, make sure the comms are good as well, because they can't be screaming at each other over the mic. When we have less than a minute, so at this point, they're gonna need to gather up and like go against Canada, getting the pick onto ECAL will give them the opening that they need. So they need to go now, actually, before all the respawn starts through. I think Davis said that they are backing up, getting rid of that high ground advantage. KO holding on to maybe this corner. Playing the corner is a really smart move, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen when Altu doesn't have that Gravitic Flux. He might use it right now when it's crunch time. 20 seconds left on the clock, and also going through left and right on both sides. Gravitic Flux is for the two of them, and also Ilario, the overclock, but it looks like David is coming out on top right here. Wannabe with the overclock. This man is a monster.
Time and time again, Chris, he proves to us that he has what it takes to knock down Berkeley. Wannabe proving just so much use, providing so much potential with this ultimate, and they shut down Berkeley just like that. They did not make it out from under the bridge.
Yeah, the 1v5 that Wannabe is pulling on Berkeley, they need to do something about him. I don't get they just need to counter this soldier somehow, because the moment this man gets his ult and he just spams that Q button, they need the Widow. So I am begging Keta to just, if you can hear me right now, all the way from Berkeley, Keta, you need to take this man's head off.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to see that. He was doing so much work last time on Widow. Even some trick shots that we kind of saw, or so it looks like. Maybe that's just classic Widowmaker gameplay, but listen.
It's still cool regardless.
Oh, it's absolutely. It's insane. It is in Davis's seat, right? They have the chance to take this home. They can knock Berkeley out just like this with this comp that they're bringing up. Moira is not something we see that often, Chris, and we are going to switch.
Okay, I feel like whenever you're in the spawn room, you can be anything you want. It's such a troll moment. We're seeing a little bit of a Life Weaver. I don't anticipate that it'll be maybe they're just fooling around with the pedal a little bit, because Alari and Bap are so great on this map. They're just pumping out heals, but they're also pumping out a lot of damage. Amon going back to the Hanzo. I'm not sure about this. He wasn't getting too many headshots. KO, they're just melting him the entire time. So maybe, you know, he thinks maybe this is his round, but, you know, since the sides are switched, Cal had, they really need to hold on to this, because 100 meters is nothing to really write home about, especially when they had all that time to get under that bridge.
Yeah, they can get under the bridge, and Davis not making it out of that bridge, excuse me, Berkeley not making it out of that bridge quite, gives them a lot more room to work with. Davis, all they really have to do is hold it down for just a little bit longer, but Davis very sure about what they want to do. They wrap around this edge very quickly. It's going to be up to them to get out of this position now that they're in this slight chokehold. Wannabe drops low. Healers keeping him afloat for now, as we do have this move into the point here. We're closing in on this site relatively quickly here, Chris.
Yeah, well, what a coordinated flank from them. Everyone expected them to run straight through the middle, because, you know, you never know if there's a Sigma there. You never know if there's a Mei there, and they kind of know what's up, and the Wannabe is already up in the room, just making sure that Berkeley. They're just flanking the flank. I'm like flabbergasted, right?
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say because I think they switch sides a little. The attack now becomes the defense. Just the positioning is a little bit taking them off guard. Amon trying to get all these things, but no lucky headshot so far as Wannabe gets the pick off the throw.
Yeah, that vision dart providing useful for now, but making their way out onto site here. Berkeley are looking to claim this site. Wannabe doing their best that they can to take them off of this site. Davis needs to do out the damage, but Wannabe going uncontested here. It's like nobody's watching him. I feel like at this point, you need to have somebody marking this guy at all times saying, listen, he just killed 2 of our members. We need to take him down or we lose the game.
Yeah, right now I really need Kenna needs to drop the eagle a little bit and switch it over to the window because the Sojourn play just isn't really working in my opinion. Wannabe is just him, so it's just better at the
window
character, and the window does get popped out the main while getting shredded. Wannabe trying to build up that ult again and again and again, but doesn't really get it where they are being backed up into that room. But not a good look from Berkeley as the payload is slowly but sure the one person making sure and hopefully gets under the bridge. The Graphitic from KO getting 3 of them, even though the mortality field is popped. Everyone's seeing how dangerously low. KO taking out so many members of the team, and it looks like Berkeley is in trouble.
They're keeping the ball rolling. They had this momentum going into this round, capping that point so quickly, and they're not letting this payload stop for just one moment. Wannabe has this overclock available, the Blizzard available as well. We've seen time and time again how effective these ults can be together. It's going to be a lot on Bluefire here as well.
Like Wannabe's just hiding right now.
Exactly. If this Bluefire ult goes down well, it could be mean raps for the side of Berkeley, and there it is, but they don't even contest it. They're getting onto site quickly, but Wannabe drops. That's huge. The invul field goes down as well. Keta doing what he can to stop their healers, keeping him alive for now. His health bar keeps going up and down, but the beat drops, keeping him alive, but nobody touched. Davis claimed it, and Berkeley are gone.
Just like that, UC Berkeley will be set packing as UC Davis. I think this qualifies of Wannabe having just so many great overclocks right here, getting to play the game for the second game in a row. Keta just didn't stand a chance.
I mean, look at this. These shots are on point. Finding these picks, we've talked about a couple times throughout this series, Chris, how important these picks can be. And just like that, Wannabe showing us the true relevance of just one member down can mean the entire difference of a team fight.
And even though, you know, Amon talking about his Blizzards, he did such a great job in the last Midtown game. And even though they dropped the Blizzards at the same time, it was the follow-up from Wannabe that really sealed the deal, as we saw in that clip. So I think Wannabe just my MVP right now. I know Keta was your MVP in the last one. Wannabe has to be mine for this one because that qualified them. They are going to land. So Davis, we will see you in January in sunny SoCal.
Wherever it is. An incredible performance. A big congratulations to Davis for their performance there, making a name for themselves here. They looked very dominant, especially in this second map. You know, Berkeley had what it took to claim a couple maps in that first map, but rounds in that first map. But man, Davis came back with a vengeance.
I dare say they Berkeley right now because Berkeley was looking so strong going into these first couple matches, and then the moment we got that hybrid, they lost steam because they couldn't get past that bridge, and just the positioning from them made the ult economy. There was just so many factors that went into this loss, and I think Berkeley, they're going to have to really regroup and kind of think about what they're going to do for this upcoming school year because they played so well only to drop the ball at the very last second. So unfortunately, we are saying goodbye to Berkeley, but this doesn't mean they didn't have so many amazing plays this whole time. So as we're getting this replay packaged together, I really want to congratulate everyone just coming out and playing at UCEI presented by Xfinity. So many great plays, genuinely.
So many great plays, right? And the entirety of Davis was just, kind of looked like they were playing at their peak performances here. I saw individual plays were off the charts, time and time again. And that's something, of course, Overwatch requires incredible communication between your teams, syncing up your ults, your ult charges, discussing when you need to go in. But individual play and aim matters as well. And you can tell that these players have been putting in the work. Wannabe especially. I know this guy's been in aim labs grinding these Sojourn shots, or at least playing an unholy amount of Overwatch 2 games. But man, this guy was looking good today. Yeah,
because Wannabe, if you're hearing this, I want to know your aim routine, because sometimes when I get on the Sojourn, I'm not the one always getting a lot of big things here. We have that double May ult that Wannabe really picked up on, because I thought it was all over for them.
Yeah.
Amon, I thought they were going to go through with that, but Berkeley unable to really get anything. Very double ulted Graffiti Flux will only be taken out by his counterpart. There's so many ults going. They kept dropping them left and right, and really this bridge is so cursed.
The bridge is like, it's got to be one of the main talking points about today. These teams constantly want to play on Midtown. It's kind of, I could see it being really fun to defend on, right? You have this bridge to stand on, so many different high ground opportunities, as well as these big open areas and choke points. It kind of has it all, right? It has these flanking positions. The map, it's a good map. I'm happy they added this one to the pool this time of year. And man, yeah, once again, congrats to UC Davis. This game was just so well played.
Yeah, we actually didn't see too many glitches going on throughout this map. Actually, I was surprised that Candace didn't want to whip out the widow. Maybe just like a team comp thing, but it doesn't matter. If you're a squishy character, KO is running you down. This guy seems to farm all these graffiti clutches left and right. I don't think he really do anything. I think Berkeley did good, but David did really.
Yes. It's a great way to put it. They did do great, and they've earned their spot in LAN this year. So it's exciting. If you are a Davis fan, come out, or any UC fan, come out and watch these games live. We will be streaming them on this channel in just a couple of months, so stay tuned. I know it's a while to wait, but the players got to get ready. They got to cook just a little bit.
No. I'm so excited for them to cook because in these couple of months, you can see really the kind of growth, especially from last year to the teams that did qualify. So UCEI, UCSD, we already know they're powerhouses, but Davis is kind of the unknown factor coming into this. So in these couple of months, they're going to be really building up all these secret strats. So we're not going to see them for a while, and they're going to just go full out at LAN, I think.
Yeah, and speaking of LAN, that locks in now 3 of our teams. We have UC Irvine, UC San Diego, and UC Davis now confirmed going to LAN. This last match between UC Los Angeles and UC Santa Cruz are going to decide our 4th contender. Now, I do believe Los Angeles made it to LAN last year. Let's see if they can kind of bring it back. Grand Finals, that's right.
Place,
How could I forget? They need to get back.
Yeah, Santa Cruz, again, just like Davis, hungry to prove that they deserve that LAN spot. So, UCLA, maybe they're a little comfortable. They're playing on their home turf at LAN and everything. Maybe that's why they went to Grand Finals. I think they played extremely well last year. I think they're playing extremely well this year as well. But, Santa Cruz, we saw what happened with Davis. They wanted to win more than Berkeley, apparently, because they are going to LAN. Maybe Santa Cruz can do the same. So, I'm really excited to see this. So, hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen. We got some more amazing Overwatch games coming your way as soon as you sit tight. You'll go to the bathroom, get your water, and get your popcorn because I'm ready for this. Get your headphones and get your best headphones if you want to hear all the screaming we're about to do because UCLA and Santa Cruz is going to be a banger. And welcome back, everyone, to the UCEI. The UCEE Invitational presented by Xfinity. I hope you got your popcorn. I hope you got your water. We got one more match here today. I am still Chris Peachy Boba's Lou. I'm still here with Quincy PhD Stokes. We are ready for this last match because this is going to qualify who goes to land. UCLA, the grand final, second place from last year versus the underdog, UCSC. I'm really excited for this. Can the Banana Slugs really pull a Davis? Gonna go on this losers bracket victory run all the way to land. Who knows? I'm excited for this because we've seen a little bit of this team before. Santa Cruz looking strong, but UCLA, I think they got a little bit of a new roster. I remember Theodore from last year, but the rest of these players a little bit unfamiliar to me. So I don't really know what's going to go on right here. I'm excited though, Quincy. What are your thoughts on this team so far?
Listen, honestly, Santa Cruz kind of has my heart favorite right now. I love an underdog story. I would love for them to also, just like Davis, make an appearance at land for the first time. I think that's just such an incredible, exciting opportunity to be a part of. UCLA, you've already gotten a taste, buddy. Relax. Let's get ourselves a new team in there. So, I don't know. Off the bat, Santa Cruz, the Banana Slugs kind of are what I'm rooting for. Maybe that's impartial of me, but listen, I know UCLA are strong. I know they're going to be quite the opponent to overcome. Let's see if UCSC can do it.
I think it'll be a bit of an uphill battle for Santa Cruz personally, just because UCLA, they're playing on their home turf. They're going to be in SoCal when this land is going to happen in January. So if they do qualify, they're going to be comfortable. They're going to be ready. And again, they made it to the grand finals last year. They fell just short to UCI. So I think UCLA, this is their revenge arc, right? They're going to have a little reputation era. They're going to come back with a vengeance because second place, no one wants to be second place, but UCLA is gunning for that first place, doing that losers bracket victory run, but it's also up in the air for Santa Cruz. Two really good teams, and I think it's really down to the team comp that will make the difference because we've seen a lot of mirror matchups today, but that really could change. I don't know. The first map is going to be control, and like we said, it's really important. Whoever gets to that point first will kind of set the pace, set the tone for that whole thing.
Yeah, we saw Dive Comp proving to be very useful in these last couple games. Getting to point first just kind of gives you a little bit of an edge to hold it down. You have the enemies have to come into you. You can hold it down a little bit, but it really is this comp kind of matchup determines the beginning of how the game goes, I think.
Yeah, and we see a lot of these teams, they use these characters like Symmetra, Lucio, Junker Queen, really try to get their team ahead as far as possible, but at the end of the day, just the first contact really matters a lot because we saw in the last match where UC Davis actually flanked around to make sure that the team was caught off guard because whenever there's a choke point, which I know there are a lot of choke points going on the side of these control maps, you gotta just push through or find another way through because I don't really want to be that guy that gets caught in between the Maywall or anything, and it's a lot to work with, honestly. Overwatch, the world is yours.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good showing with May as well. Sojourn, a very, very relevant character in this series so far. And, previous series as well. Sigma proving to be insanely strong up in that front line, dishing out the damage as well. As you mentioned, that guy sees a squishy target. He's going and he's trying his best to knock them down. He does such a great, great job at that. Do you expect we'll see kind of the same characters picked?
Low-key, I do think so because just meta is meta, guys.
Yeah.
And at the highest level, I think that these teams will be playing kind of similar matchups. But we'll see right now. We are going into the game, and we are just kind of waiting for these teams to do their initial picks. I'm really expecting to see a lot of Sigmas out here. Just Roadhog with the verticality on his map in particular doesn't really do it for me, and I'm not sure what other tanks are out there. Oh, Doom with the movement, and we got Winston over here. I think we do have a lot of potential. These teams are... We're working with very different comps, but I think over time they'll get more used to each other and then work the mirror.
Yeah, these comps are something we saw UC Davis and UC Berkeley run in this last series. Kind of this different takes on a dive comp, either running this Doomfist or running this Winston. I think Winston came out on top just a little bit last time, if memory serves, but I think he does a great job of getting in nice and early, especially with the help of this Tracer. So I expect that UCLA are going to be on site first, but we'll have to see how this plays out. Who can get this first point control?
Yeah, first contact does go through for Theodore and Zebra, getting that high ground early on, make sure that Theodore can jump on some squishy targets and double tracer action between Nevermind and Theodore. We're going to see a little bit of media dip here as the Winston just tries to push everyone off at the point. I'm getting that first pick onto Graffin and the Orchestra right here. Trains are going through left and right without your supports, however. UCSC is down for the count as UCLA does have still some members of the team to work with. They're still holding on strong. No one's really going for the point right now. They just want to kill each other to make sure that they're able to get through with this light taken down by Zebra, and the first point will be flipped over to Banana Slugs.
Yeah, Nevermind is going to pick that one up for us for the side of the Banana Slugs as they come through here almost with this Pulse Bomb already coming up, the highest charge in the game. He's been putting in work this far. This Tracer on Tracer action is not something we've seen in these previous series, so it's going to be up to these players. Tracer is a character with an insane skill ceiling, so we'll have to see how it can be played out in these games. Theodore, an incredibly strong player, as Chris mentioned earlier. We'll see what he can do on this Tracer. No fall damage in Overwatch, thankfully for that one. Making way onto side Doomfist, trying to hold it down for now. They're just kind of toying with each other for now, building up these ult charges, but a pick almost coming down, not quite finding through as Theodore has to back on out of there. Nothing quite falling down thus far, Chris.
Yeah, the rest of the team does try to jump on him, but just the power of these supports are really keeping him up right here. Meteor Strike is up online for Santa Cruz. However, nothing you can quite get as supports are being taken out left, right. Theodore getting the 2 picks onto some vital members, and a Courier also getting a pick of his own onto Nevermind, so making sure UCLA is able to flip the point, not too soon, because 50% is nothing to really start sweating about. But we're getting a little uncomfortable right here. I remember this exact map being played in the grand finals last year, and UCLA put up a great showing. The overtime match was crazy, so maybe UCLA can do it again. Maybe a little bit more convincingly, because Nevermind having the full ball. We haven't seen too many of them land. Today, Continuity Rush does go through Arcane, dropping that we do have the sound barrier online, but it doesn't really matter right now because the 2 picks going in favor of UCLA. Nevermind getting Arcane, but still 2-on-1 is a valid trade.
Absolutely. These ults dropping from UCLA are going to help them hold onto the site just a little bit longer. The Slugs unable to find themselves on the site despite using this Pulse Bomb. They have a couple more coming up, the Anastim being one of the notable ones with the Meteor Slam as well. Beat does drop. UCLA trying to hold their position on this site. We see lots of damage coming out from Courier here with that overclock available. Isn't able to do anything with it so far. He drops low and ends up getting disastrously taken down by J2, and he's going to keep marching forward. UCSC want to take this site back, and they are going to flip it just like that. UCLA forced to give up their position here.
Whenever you think of Brigitte as a sitting duck, she really isn't, because with that rally, she was able to keep her team up, keep herself alive here, and that gives UCSC the opening to clear the floor with the line being taken out, resets UCLA really far, because now the point is going on 70% on the favor of UCSC. So UCLA really needs to make a move right now. Courier does have the overclock. Whenever I see a soldier with an overclock in UCI presented by Xfinity, I'm excited for it because the picks are already going for Courier. Getting 2 picks already, Nevermind and Zebra going down, taken out of the equation. Courier looking for a third, and just he's using every ability in the book. He's spamming those cooldowns to make sure, hopefully going for a 4th right now. Lime taking that kill, but it doesn't matter because UCLA is getting another hold onto this point. 80-60, we're looking good right here, but Pulse Bomb is back online for Nevermind. So hopefully something is able to cook right here.
Yeah, they're going to look to do something here. These points on the site are getting dangerously high, 87%, 75%. It's up to Santa Cruz to take this back out of UCLA's grips. They're looking for the engage here. They find a pick onto J2. They not trade out Courier, though. Unfortunately, Meteor Strike is available. Zebra doing what he can to stay alive. Might be forced to use the Meteor Strike out here, but Nevermind is putting in work on this Tracer. He has Pulse Bomb available. It's ticking in the back for UCLA. They need to find something. They need to tap onto this point as Lucio doing what he can onto it, but we're going to cap this point now. They did manage to pick it up, and they're going to flip it back over. UCLA have to do something and tick to 99%, which is huge, as Nevermind finds that last kill. No members of UCLA here right now to contest this point. They have to do something soon. Now up to 95%. Lime on the Monkey is going to walk in onto site here. Nevermind dishing out the damage, dissuading this Monkey. The Kitsune Rush is going to bring us onto site. UCLA want to make a name for themselves. They want in right now. Lime providing so much disaster for the side of UC Santa Cruz as he drops low. Unable to do anything, though. The Kitsune keeps him alive. The beat drops. We're going to keep this timer going. Never mind. With this pulse bomb, is looking to pull the trigger. Unable to do so on the opposing Tracer, but the monkey might be the perfect target. Not going to do so quite yet. Still holding it. The site still remains in control of Santa Cruz. Somebody needs to take this eventually. Pulse bomb still being held. Meteor strike comes through, but they fall off the point. It's Santa Cruz cap it.
Just like UCSC, they had all these ults available for them, and unfortunately, UCLA just had nothing in the wheelhouse. They had nothing to respond to that. I really liked what Lime did, just jumping up and down from that high point, making sure that he couldn't get too shredded. But unfortunately, every time he jumped out, he was taking down to half HP. Those supports working overtime to keep it alive. He's now switching to the Arista, something a little bit tankier, a little bit beefier to make sure that UCLA is still in it to win it. Theodore switching over to the Cassidy, a little bit more of a classic Overwatch pick, a little bit different from the Tracer in terms of gameplay, obviously, but it looks like UCSC is going for a similar, more quickie call. I want to see what Nevermind switches to, because no one ever sticks on the Symmetra, but right now UCSC has a strong showing, the way they kept those ults in there. They're keeping that same team comp, but UCLA, I think I like the adaptability. We'll see how this first contact goes.
Absolutely. Arisa is pretty good at holding down a site once she's able to get in there. Love to see UCLA take control of this point early in. Nevermind on this Tracer has been putting in work this series so far, charging up these pulse bombs so quickly, just like that. We're in and we're out guerrilla warfare as Zebra drops low. This Arisa is proving to be an insane threat to him, Chris.
Yeah, right now, already using cooldowns like that, Nevermind was kind of trigger happy with that recall right there, but it doesn't matter. Nevermind taking down a lot of things with the help of Zebra and J2. Once again, showing that they own this boy. Zebra just a double punch onto Light, and just these picks are going through left and right. Everyone is pitching and everyone is playing their role on this team. UCSC wants to land. They are hungry for it.
Yeah, they're doing an incredible job so far. They capped that point. As I said, I wanted to see UCLA take control so far. Arisa, while she's pretty good at getting back in onto the site, she's even better at holding it down to start. But that Doomfist providing so much use getting in onto the site with that dive potential. Theodore, not a whole lot of ult charge on him, but Zebra now getting pushed out by Arisa here. UCLA have making their statement on site here. They're going to try to recap this as soon as they can. Courier doing lots of damage, and that's going to be Doomfist falling. That's crucial for the side of UCLA. They need to find something here. This should be their chance. They do switch that point over. Pulse bomb available now. We're going to see it thrown. No stick, no kills come out of it so far, but nonetheless, UCLA have them cornered in that little room, and they're going to take control of this site for quite some time, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like Lion is just shaking the high ground, do whatever he can to be a menace, a nuisance to them. But it looks like he's got a couple of coming online for them. Doesn't matter if they were taking out Nevermind, the key player in all of this. And the Meteor Strike Arcade is in danger, but he has to lamp on his side. Can't save him though. Taking out so painfully low here to get himself onto J2. It is anyone's point right now with Theodore being taken down so low. I don't think he wants to peek this, but he's gonna go for it anyway. Zebra taking down Theodore as Lime and Courier are taking down the members of UCSC. Oh, it's really anyone's game right now, honestly. Whoever support can stay alive the longest. Now, it looks like UCLA does have their support up, and that gives them the point. 45% to 24. Looking good so far for UCLA. They're making sure that UCSC doesn't get too comfortable, and never mind, switching over to the Genji. And I really like this right here, because, you know, Tracer, maybe not much survivability, a little bit squishier than Genji. Maybe we're looking for a defect, especially onto the Cassidy utility. So it's looking good for UCSC at their regroup.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep our eyes on our watches here to look for that high noon. Theodore doing what he can this game thus far. Unfortunately, doing a lot of damage to Zebra. For him, it's not going to be Teus, but he's going to get taken down just like that by Zebra. And Courier dishing out damage. This little side room on this map is so influential. If you're stuck in there, it can mean a disaster, but you can get forced back into it, and it's out of your control. There's that rally coming through, and it's huge for Santa Cruz right now. They flipped that point over, taking control back from UCLA.
Yeah, J2 just really cornering him in that room, and it's such a dangerous place to play, especially Nevermind getting a lot of value with the Genji. Already over 70% on the way to that Dragon Blade. That's going to be huge, but they're still holding on to that high noon, so it's kind of a matter of the timing onto this, because UCLA does have a bunch of ults coming online. UCSC, nothing yet so far, but maybe the Meteor Strike and the Dragon Blade will be able to cook something, especially with the Nano Boost coming on. We already know, but it doesn't matter. The Soundberry is dropping 2 picks on the high noon for Theodore right here. Nevermind though, says, I don't care. He's going to blade himself. Immediately taken down by Lime. That ult gets him nowhere. J2 over taking down Courage. Just trades left, right here. But Lime still alive and just ready for getting these kills. Live, just the pick on the Orisa, I really love this. Right here, the Terror Surge doesn't really get anyone, but the Nano Boost on J2. Maybe he'll try to make some moves because the anti-nade was such a big factor. The pick onto Courier. His counterpart shoved UCLA off the point, and UCSC goes for the overtime play. J2, never mind, cleaning up, shot pushing him out. This is their point.
J2 is insane. These shots are incredible coming out of him, almost looking like Wannabe from last game, proving so useful to his team as UCSC take back control. 99% on the side of UCLA. They need to make something happen. They need their way back on this site, and they are nowhere close to any influential ults. It's really up to Theodore maybe to find one with the pulse bomb. I'm not sure they're going to be able to charge them quick enough, whereas J2 almost has this overclock, and there it is. They're able to dissuade UCLA from getting onto site. Purple on the Orisa is going to be dangerous for now, but losing Zebra is going to be crucial. They cap the point back over. Overtime is ticking. Somebody from Santa Cruz needs to touch it, and nobody does. It goes over to UCLA.
And just like that, it is 1-1 on this control point. They're taking it to a third. Both of them want this land so badly, and they are going to take it all the way home. And
wow.
I just don't know whose game it is right now. That Lime going on the Orisa, so tanky, really kept them alive, but Zebra's getting shredded left and right. The moment he touches onto the point,
yes.
Theodore and Courier are jumping on him, and now going on to this Gardens map. There's so much verticality. I don't know about the Orisa pick anymore, but, you know, Lime always makes it happen somehow with the power of Arcane and like just pumping these heals into him. You cannot kill this guy unless your Krafen does something with the anti-nade.
Right.
I haven't seen it too much lately, but they're switching out. It doesn't matter. They're going for something a lot more divey on UCSD. I'm excited to see this.
This is quite the dive comp here. I'm not sure it gets any better than this. You could swap a Tracer in there somewhere, but man, if UCSC can play this to a pin, then they can get control on this site incredibly early in. But Lime stands strong, as you mentioned, Chris, with the help of those healers. He's going to be so difficult to take down, but Doomfist doing damage to that backline is going to dissuade them. Immortality going to get him on out of there. But UCSC looking like they have the kind of on the back foot here as UCLA looks to claim this first point.
Yeah, losing J2 so early, bringing them down a member when we transition to Overwatch 2. Losing the 6th member means like every loss can hit so much harder. And then Light being taken down by J2. He said, I may have been taken down first, but I am back and ready to win. Lime going down right now. And once again, UCSC is really good with taking that, you know, initiative, taking that priority right here. And using the rework Sombra, she's getting a lot more powerful right now, and J2's ready to win it for his team. Already halfway, we have Zebra actually almost to his Meteor Strike, and we see how that, you know, movement is beneficial.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up, Zebra did so much work in that last fight. He looked like he almost basically soloed. He didn't get the final kill, but basically soloed 3 members of UCLA. It was such an incredible performance. He's using this hallway to such his advantage. Has that Meteor Strike available already. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to use this one ASAP. Lime is such a brick wall to get through. Pulse Bomb not quite finding as Zebra drops a little bit low on HP. It's going to find one pick though, drops the Meteor Strike to counteract the death, and lands almost straight onto Cassidy. Not finding that kill, but he does take him down. Finds another one onto Light. He just can't catch a break on this one. Lime doing what he can, but no healers left. Is not going to be able to live very long.
Yeah, Zebra really is the MVP right now. I think he understands this character so deeply. He knows when to jump in. He knows when to get out. And just UCLA didn't stand a chance. The moment that, you know, Curry almost walked into his hole right there. Zebra just knows how to work this character. And right now they need to come back on this because 60%, again, this first map, losing it will bring the morale down so much. Never mind, having that Dragon Blade and Kitsune Rush is not only too good for UCLA, who only have, you know, these 2 ults going for them. And there we go, there's the Dragon Blade. Right, they're getting that first pick onto Carriers, and another one onto Arcane. They're destroying all their util, and Lime being taken down despite being so tanky. And I think Nevermind wants like seconds because these two are running away, and they're just mopping the floor with them. This is such a convincing win right now. I don't know if UCLA can pull the Berkeley on them. We've seen it, but I just don't know. You were a UCSC believer.
Yeah, the Banana Slug is looking incredibly dominant. They have to sneak onto this point. Good timing here from Light. to get onto this point. Let's trigger this overtime, get this one running a little bit longer. Never mind. Dashes in here, finds a quick 2 kills on the Lightning Courier, and if I had to guess, Chris, that's going to spell the end of the round for UCSC. They're going to take this win, I could imagine, but it's up to Lima on this Junker Queen. He's purpled, his health drops low, the post bomb finds UCLA lose 2 the more members, and that Overwatch is ticking down over time, excuse me, and as it ticks, UCSC are going to claim this map 1.
And you know what? Keep in mind, UCLA was the Grand Finals participant last year. UCSC said Grand Finals of who? We are here to play in the player of the game. Going over to Jays, these Soldiers today, they are going absolutely crazy. Whenever I see the overclock on, whenever they charge up that railgun, they are ready to win. I think I really want to hype up the rest of the teammates who really allowed them to set up the play. They chased them into that room and then made sure they were able to just pick up all these kills. Like DPS players, I know they get the spotlight all the time. I want to just put it on Zebra though, who really just showed out for his team.
Absolutely. I mean, the Banana Slugs are playing this so well. And, they know they're playing these maps well. They know exactly what UCLA is thinking. Their ult usages are great. Also, on an individual standpoint, Chris, these players are kind of disgusting.
They know their characters just so thoroughly, so deeply. They can switch to whoever, and just I didn't expect this out of UCSC. They didn't qualify last year. I didn't really think too much of them, but now coming into 2023, 2024, they are ready to show that they are a dominant player in this UC landscape.
Absolutely. They're showing that they have been working down in the shadows. They've been grinding these games.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
They've been scrimming. They've been doing every practice that they need as we hop into this bracket now. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, Santa Cruz are playing against UCLA right now, I do believe.
Yeah, they are playing against UCLA right now to qualify for LAN. So these guys, this is just a prediction maybe, because Quincy wants UCSC up in that bracket, furthering into that round right there. But, UCLA, maybe just Control isn't their map. We still have Hybrid left, and we still have Flashpoint. So, a lot of these maps, the Flashpoint's very similar to the Control mode, but let's go back to Control. Let's really focus on what happened on this last map. So our lovely teamie right here has some replays for us, so let's check this out.
Whoa. And we're in just like that. Courier on this Sojourn put in some work this game, but I gotta say J2 made it look just a little bit better over the course of this game so far. Reminder, that was only one map thus far, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a little bit of a fun fact, every single game in this tournament so far or series I should say, has been a 2-0 of some sort. We have not seen a single Flashpoint map yet throughout all of the UCEI Invitationals brought to us by Xfinity online qualifiers, right? It's all been these first 2 maps, so maybe we can go to a game 3 this time.
Yeah, because UCLA, I really believe in them. They were doing really good last year, and this year, suddenly UCSC comes out of nowhere and wipes the floor with them, and maybe they're going to want to keep that momentum going on. So again, like you said, lots of 2-1 dropping here and there, so maybe this will be the quirky one because this is the last game of the night. We want to get entertained. We want to bring you all the content for the viewers at home, because we need to know that the teams on the land, they need to prove themselves. They need to prove themselves to us that they actually deserve to be here, because we need some banger games in January. We don't want there to be a floor wiper or anything. We need head-to-head, back and forth, and I think UCSC and UCLA both have the fire in them to go through that.
Absolutely. And remember, they're fighting for this last spot here to go to LAN, right? We have the other teams locked in. They want their fair share of these games. Incredible shot there from J2. And it just such strong performances. All of these players making Sojourn look like such an absolute unit. I want to shout out Lime too, but Zebra played so well on this Doomfist. We saw him especially right here, these plays on this map. This was exactly what I was talking about. He found one right there, basically finding that kill, slams another couple right here, and just did so much work for his team.
Yeah, he just set up his team, but even if he isn't always getting credit for the kill, I just constantly see the stars on the screen, they're stunned, and once they get stunned, he really understands the timing on these cooldowns and everything, and even if he's backed into a corner, his team is there to save it. It doesn't matter what Lime is doing, because he's going down anyway. Zebra really the MVP of this match along with every single soldier I've seen today, actually, they've been going crazy, hitting all the shots. So everyone, I really want to know about your aim routines and everything. Send them over to me because I need to start playing like this. I really need that kind of like deep understanding of the game because I'm just here, I'm just casting.
Yeah.
You guys are the players right here, and you, the viewers at home, are hyping them up, and you are their motivation to keep going.
It's true. We're just kind of the finishing touches on these incredible players that these teams have been assembling for the last couple months. They've put this incredible team together. The display of skill is incredible. We're just here to share that with you guys. But yeah, we're going to jump into map 2 pretty soon. What are your predictions, thoughts going into the second map, Chris?
I'm just going to say right now, I think we're going to Midtown again.
Yeah.
I just got confirmation that it is Midtown, and I'm really tired of it. But once again, we're going to talk about the bridge. I need these teams to like just plow through the bridge. But even in my game, I'm always getting stuck on it. And these teams, I think, maybe they were watching the VOD from earlier. Maybe they'll see like, oh, this is where they messed up. This is how we can do better. So just being last, it's a lot of pressure to have a banger game going on, but it's also an advantage to see what these other teams have been up to.
Absolutely. That's a good point. Maybe we're not picking these maps because we know that we've practiced them and that we're good at them. Maybe we're picking them because, oh, this team did this wrong. We can improve on that on this map. Maybe they're learning from each other. Hopefully, question mark.
The little insider knowledge, maybe, who knows. But it looks like Zebra is sticking on the pocket pick, the Doomfist right here, while Lime actually on the Sigma. I do like the Sigma pick a lot more. It's not as powerful without the Widow, but maybe Courier on the Soldier could do something quirky with this. UCLA is basically running a comp that is more bread and butter for Midtown, while UCSC is just running like their usual dive like all in, and it's overwhelming to UCLA. So we'll see what UCLA is able to do on the attack side.
Yeah, Doomfist on defense is a really ambitious pick. He doesn't provide a lot more of that upfront tankiness that some of these other characters like Sigma do. It'll be really interesting to see how Zebra picks. Maybe he really is a Doomfist enthusiast, just picking this character. Looks like UCLA are going to go for this wraparound strategy as we try to catch somebody off. But UCSC are playing this really far back. But Zebra jumps in just like that, giving up the space and then taking it right back. Immortality Field is going to save them for now. But finding this pick immediately, Zebra immediately putting my words back into my mouth as he's performing so well on this Doomfist, Chris.
Yeah, there's no response to it. Never mind able to speed up as well. And I think switching over to like the wraparound, just I don't know, it's not working for these teams because like now I'm getting confused and then they're getting confused as well. They're like, who's attacking who right now? But it looks like UCSC is able to keep a nice hold on to the point. With Zebra holding on to that upper subway area, so Lime pushing through. That will be kind of dangerous because Zebra is already over halfway to his ultimate. He knows what he can do with that.
Going up and around here, Lime leading the charge, but Zebra not letting them through that easily. Already at ult again, by the way. Zebra is being a monstrosity on this pick thus far, but I like what UCLA is doing here. I like that they wanted to go up and around through this room, and it looks like they've gotten out for free and actually on to point as they start this cap. A great, kind of redirection of what their team top wants this early in. Getting Lime onto site is crucial. Never mind, has to do what he can, but this pressure on site already is going to be huge, Chris. Courier drops low, but it's going to be up to UCLA to hold this one down now, and they claim it already just like that, pretty much uncontested.
I don't think you were expecting to, because we had the wraparound from the left, and now they want the wraparound from the right and above and around. There's so many directions going on in this game. It's getting me, a little bit starstruck, a little bit dizzy right here. But UCLA is able to successfully capture the point, and I think Courier switching over to the Cassidy. Interesting right here. So we're allowing Theater to get his pick on the Tracer. Maybe they contest the Genji, the Sombra a little bit, or protect the supports, but it looks like we're getting a lot of support of more ultimates coming online. But UCSC also has a pretty powerful ultimate themselves. It's not just the Dragon Blade being popped that is getting the pick on. Two at once! Courier and Darcy don't stand a chance, and then Lime being taken down by Zebra. UCSC said you can have the point for a little bit. You can borrow the point, but right now the payload is ours. And never mind that pick onto the Genji. I really love it right here. He's able to dive in and out of these fights with ease.
Did Nevermind kill 3 people with 1 swipe? That looked incredible. But the Ilarial is coming through. We're going to pop these damage marks onto multiple members of UCLA as their health bars disintegrate like you haven't seen before. The beat drop keeping UCSC alive, and what seems so good for UCLA actually turns into the Banana Slug's favor.
Yeah, at this point, they're pretty much spawn camping up. Theodore fighting for his life, running all the way back with the whole team running after him. Maybe this is UCLA's chance to regroup and respawn and everything, but it looks like the flank is coming through. Just everyone just push them onto the spot. It's going to be hard for UCLA to break through, especially with the Meteor Strike online right now. We also have the Xfinity. Oh, you know, UCLA 4 ult on the line. No, not looking too good. Arcade getting the pick on to never mind. And I don't think Zebra knows where he wants to go, but he's going to run back over to safety. Pretty good choice seeing that Nevermind was taken down. And just 4 ult on UCLA side, they need to use it like strategically, like tactically. Otherwise, it's just going to go to waste like the pulse bomb. We haven't really seen any hit so far, but J2 getting rid of the healing pylon. That's going to take away a lot of the valuable healing that we got going on. And all these ults are going through. We got Terror Surge and the Matrix and Kutsune Rush. No, nothing really connecting so far except for UCLA's DPS taking down 2 members of the UCSC. They're getting through under the bridge. Like we said earlier, we need to take advantage of like this respawn time as much as possible. Get up to the checkpoint. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here forever.
Yeah, we've cruised through underneath the bridge. Chris, we've passed the hardest part of this map. This might be the first time in UCEI history that we've crossed under the bridge successfully. I say that as a joke. Yesterday we did get past it just a couple of times, but UCLA, no ults available for them as of now. UCSC have a chance here to push them back just a little bit, trying to prevent them to cap this point. 2 minutes on the clock. Zebra doing what he can to dissuade UCLA as Nevermind finds himself a pick, but putting in so much work with this Genji. Only a few % off of this Dragon Blade. Not going to pop it quite yet. Invul keeping Courier alive just a little bit longer. No Dragon Blade popped yet, and he has to swipe in onto one. He gets that reset. Looks like UCLA are going to fall just a little bit short this time.
I think we spoke too soon because in the time it's going to take to reset, the payload is going to be pushed back under map and Nevermind finishes up. He's going to go after Theodore, get that health pack, but ultimately back off because it doesn't matter. The payload is heading back towards the bridge.
We can't escape it, Chris. We need to get out from under this. We need to get out.
We need to stop seeing Midtown, but these teams love this back so much because they know they get a hold onto that bridge position very easily, even if it's side. And the hack does go through successfully. Kirby taken down by Nevermind. Still holding onto that Dragon Blade. I don't think he's going to pop it right now. See that everyone's already so low. It's going to be easy picking right here, but I guess these supports are working overtime. Healing pylon does go down, however, but everyone's just being so low. Zebra getting the pick onto 13. We're losing it. 60 seconds left on the clock, and the payload is still under the bridge as Zebra gets another pick onto Theodore.
Zebra, a monster coming in, almost a cinematic shot there of him just slamming Theodore into the wall as UCLA are struggling. Chris, we better not go back under this bridge. I can see the payload. It's tilted back. Lime almost has this Terror Surge available, looking to march forward with his team. Zebra, it's going to be up to him to keep him away from this staircase. We could go under the bridge, but why go under when we can go over? The Terror Surge drops a lot of damage, dropping onto Lucio there. Unable to find a kill, though. We have Dragon Blade available still, but that window is going to be the first thing committed, as well as the Kitsune from Santa Cruz. There's our Blade coming in, doing all that he can. Zebra and Nevermind are going insane in the center of UCLA, and that is an incredible team wipe from UCSC.
Yeah, with 10 seconds on the clock, there is nothing Theodore can really do. Even though he gets the one pick, he is being taken down by Nevermind, and just UCLA is being forced under the bridge. We are so cursed, guys. This happens every single time.
We really didn't. We got past the bridge. We took 2 steps forward, but unfortunately that one step back under the bridge we go. Ladies and gentlemen, UCSC are doing great thus far in the series, but UCLA said, listen, this is our map. We're going to do what we can on it. I wonder how far Santa Cruz can get here.
Yeah, because 110 meters, that's what happened to us the last time we were on Midtown, and it was just, there's a lot going on. I think UCSC play that kind of divier, punchier, team comp. They're the ones that are going to be able to push under the bridge. Please, I believe in it. I can't stand seeing this part of the map anymore. I'm so tired of it. But, maybe UCLA will have a different team comp up their sleeve because it looks like Lime is going for the Sigma Theodore on the Ash. Maybe getting those picks onto those squishier supports because I think Krampin and the Orchestra were, monumental in keeping this team up because Zebra, I hate it when my Doomfist dive, then I'm pinging come to me for healing, and then they just don't come back to me. But Zebra, I think he knows how to play with his supports very well, getting the heals in and out. That's just his wheelhouse.
Absolutely, and he's doing such a good job at playing these in and out fights. I doubted the Doomfist on defense, but it proved very, very useful against UCLA that time around. Now, if I'm not mistaken, all that the Banana Slugs need to do here is get that payload to that magic golden point, and this series is wraps. UCLA are no more. It's going to be up to them. Let's see if they can dethrone the past runner-ups.
Yeah, runner-up is such a high place to be, but the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and UCLA is very much in danger of falling right now because the flank from J2 hopefully is going to take some squishies down, and now that big health pack is going to be a big loss for UCLA as they try to run back to the push where Santa Cruz is going forward right now. We're already in the back line. Zebra just going for that movement. Again, this is the rounds back and forth from these teams. I don't really, see them getting anywhere with it. They need to play coordinated, and Arcade and Nevermind will open a lot of doors for UCLA to take space on the defense.
Yeah, they're doing well so far. Zebra in a tough position. They had such a good spot. They snuck in behind enemy lines, and they were in a position to execute onto point, but unable to do so. UCLA with a great defense there, just waiting the Banana Slug from doing anything much further. They're going to have to regroup, maybe this time wait for some ults to come up, and then they can get the ball rolling once again. But Arcane with these constant picks makes it so difficult for UCSC to really do anything. Santa Cruz needs to find a way back onto this side as Nevermind drops as well. These constant staggered picks, Chris, mean disaster.
Yeah, because now you're just being cut out, you're caught lacking.
Yes.
You have no teammates to back you up, and all of a sudden they're on the point and you're not, and the roles are reversed, and you just need to be there for your team. It's such a team game right now because you try to push. This is a game you can't 1v9 in. You genuinely cannot. Maybe 1v5 a little because we saw Wannabe do that a little bit earlier, but we need your team. We need that support and line takedown. Nevermind. Once again, Nevermind is not having a great game right now. J2 trading line, but unfortunately Zebra is still up. Hopefully able to take the point. I think the point is taking just a little bit. The Orchestra just destroying all the util that they have, and Kevin and Zebra are cleaning up shop, making sure that the point is there. They're actually pushing up pretty far. Courier barely. I thought he was gonna make it out a little, but they're taking no hostages.
Zebra played that so well, played it patiently, didn't go in too far, didn't greed for those kills, just found some separation between his team and the enemy team, and allowed that his team to go in and capture that point with no problems. Has that Meteor Slam up, and we're gonna have to see how he uses it. Oh no, not the bridge again, Chris.
Oh god, every time we see the bridge, it's like we need to play a game. Like take a sip of water every time we see the bridge because we're gonna have to stay hydrated.
We stay hydrated.
We're gonna stay hydrated all night the way we see Midtown and this stupid bridge right here. Never mind. Only 20% on is over. We do have Meteor Strike and the Kitsune Rush on the other side. UCLA only working with the Graphitic Flux right now. Hopefully Bob's coming up. So we don't really see a lot of the Ash in UCEI presented by Xfinity right now. But the Meteor Strike. Here we go. Going through. Arcade barely dodges out of it. What? Great movement out of him, but it doesn't matter. Never mind. With the dash. Reset. Dash after dash. Taking down UCLA. And Graphic getting the final pick onto live. It's not looking good right now. I think they're going to make it through the bridge, actually.
It looks like they might.
We don't want to jinxing this right now. Are they going to make it through? Because Theodore is right there ready to contest Nevermind and Zebra. And he does have Bob and Owen. They are getting past the bridge. And it's looking not too good for UCLA. Because this is match point. And right now, Zebra taking down 2.
Zebra goes huge. The Dragon Blade up yet again from Nevermind. They're trying to dissuade them. And like that, the resets one time and the resets twice. Zebra and Nevermind are insane on these two characters. They're looking to shut down UCLA to keep them further. And the wide shot, ladies and gentlemen, UC Santa Cruz takes it out of UCLA's hands.
Just keep in mind the grand finals runner-up being taken down by Santa Cruz. But never mind the MVP of this map. Let's look at this play of the game. There are so many plays, but he has so many great Dragon Blades. That's a 3-dash reset he had. It was absolutely crazy right now. Just this guy knows Genji so well, and he just. I'm stunned right now because keep in mind in the matches we had so far, the underdog came out on top because Berkeley and UCLA, they qualified last year, fell short 2-0 to Davis and Santa Cruz. So I'm really happy for Santa Cruz right now. Your prediction was correct. So we will be seeing UCSC and UC Davis up in LAN this January. Any closing thoughts for this match? Because that was kind of crazy.
An incredible performance. UC Santa Cruz looked so strong in that game on an individual level especially. I feel like it's really easy to highlight the individual plays, especially with characters like Doomfist, with Genji, right? Obviously, these players are incredibly talented by themselves, but as a team as well, as we've talked about time and time again, the engages were on point. Zebra putting in so much work on that Doomfist, and it's just... You love to see it. Well-deserved congratulations to the Banana Slugs for going to LAN this January.
Yeah, so UCLA, while I felt like they had it at the very
Yeah.
beginning, but just Santa Cruz was such an overwhelming force that we're going to see coming up in just a few seconds. There's a lot of good clips, especially from Nevermind, from Zebra, my
Yes.
two MVPs of the match. So let's get into these replays in just 1 second.
Love to see it. So many highlights from this game. We saw, maybe not as much Sojourn this time around, but these Dragon Blades were so influential in these matches. Never mind going ballistic with it time and time again. Saying, listen, Genji can be played absolutely. He's a little bit less frequently picked in these highly competitive and coordinated games, but man, Nevermind made it work.
Especially with Zebra too. Those two are just like a dream team for bouncing off of each other because like both of these people, I need Genji the defense like this in my team. Because honestly, mine always just run off to the sunset. They always leave me behind. But look, Nevermind and Zebra always know when to jump back to their team, get healed up, and also just be in a position to help their team out when they're getting dove. So it's a really great team play overall. They're also making really good shots. So high level that both of them really did deserve that spot at the very end. Yes, coming up on top.
Yeah, unfortunately with that, we will have to say goodbye to UCLA from the UCEI Invitational presented to us by Xfinity. Man, watching these plays time and time again, UC Santa Cruz deserve it, right? They played these games to a T. What we thought was a close game turned out to look like a wash in the second map, and time again, it's like we're watching the same clip over and over with Nevermind just going crazy, and then a clip of Zebra, and then a clip of Nevermind back to him. But that locks in our 4 teams for LAN in January. That's UC Irvine. Hopefully I don't mess this up. UC Irvine, UC Santa Cruz, UC bracket is coming up on the screen so I don't mess this one up. Davis and San Diego are our 4 teams going to LAN.
Yeah, so this lower bracket here, I'm loving this underdog story because none of these teams have gone to the LAN in January last year, especially for Overwatch because UC Irvine, UC San Diego are so dominant. We're going to see the 2 top dogs in the semifinals. I'm really excited to see that. It's going to be a banger. So I know January is super far away actually, but it's going to come up before we know. We're going to see the 2 titans of the Overwatch world, at least in the UCs. Battle it out with Santa Cruz and Davis. They're hungry for the win too. They just made it to LAN. They need to prove themselves. And you know what? We're gonna have some really great games going on in January. So I'm hyped for this. This bracket is looking absolutely stacked right now.
Absolutely. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I know January is a long ways away, but if you drop a follow on the UCEI Twitch channel, you will get notified when we go live with that in a couple of months, so don't forget to do so. But from us, that is it today. This has been the UCEI Invitational presented by Xfinity Online Qualifiers for Overwatch in the 2023 season. Chris, why don't you take us out?
You know what? These were some really great games today. So thank you to the viewers at home for joining us for these epic games. Once again, I'm Chris Peachy Bobas Lou, joined today by Quincy PhD Stokes. It's been a pleasure casting with you tonight. So congratulations to all the teams that qualified, and we will see you in January.